Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back. It's your boy Logic and we're here with the champion of the king. Now what does this all mean to you? Now this is going to be a tournament here where everybody fights and plays to get to the end to be my champion. And then when they become my champion, they play up against the champion of Human Boy who did a separate tournament. And then those two there fight for $60 in total. So it should be pretty fun. Hope you're all doing very well. And I hope you can hear me nicely here. Welcome to Swiss. Welcome to Muckaluk and CJ. Hope you're all doing very well. So it looks like here we have Pantalonard to go first, or Fanta Lemonade as I like to call him. Looks like I will pick first, Beastmen, Ban, Vampire Counts, and Coast. Okay, it looks like Warriors of Chaos is the counter. Okie dokie. We're on Oak and Hammer, so let's hop in. Let's hop in indeed. I hope we're all doing well though, hope everyone's having a great evening. Sounds like the same thing the Lady of the Lake does to unsuspecting Bretonians. What's that? Pick the champion. How you doing, Swiss? When you getting your computer back? Hey, Mr. Blackthorn, how are we doing? Big Quack, my friend. How are we? How are we? I hope we're well. I hope we're well. All right, so here for the boys in yellow, we're gonna mix in here with the Beastmen. In the front here, 2 units of the Minotaurs with shields. A little bit tankier there, 45 armor with those bronze, silver shields, should I say. Chaos Warhounds and Poison, 3 here in the front, 95 speed and Poison, very strong indeed. With the Tuscal Chariots, 2 units. 2 here of the Centaurs, and it looks like we are going to have a Brave Shaman of Wild and Torox the Brass Bull. So, the Brave Shaman of Wild here with, of course, Traitorkin, very strong, Dissolve, and also the Jagged Dagger, which means he will be engaged in melee combat, I reckon, pretty frequently there. And Torox, the brass man that I can't see, in the back here he is. So Torox the Brass Bull here with the brass body, as well as Slaughter Cool, and also Blood Greed. Now normally here, if you actually bring Torox and you bring, say, another bull, you can also bring the Slaughter's Cool on that bull as well. So you can bring, you know, good 40 meters all over the battlefield there that gives you those nice bonuses. A couple of units here of the Ungol Spears in the front. There's like 5 in total here. And yeah, pretty cheap, cheerful front line. And they're going to be fighting here up against the Chaos. So we are going to have the Chaos Gods fighting here with the Marauder Horsemen in the front. Good armor there at 50. 90 range there of those nice javelins. Chaos Warrior Halberds in the back. Very interesting to see the Halberd variety. You don't see those too often here. But we can see some more great weapons in the middle. Great weapons, Halberds, great weapons. And looks like here it's just going to be a Chaos Warrior front line with some more Horsemen and 1 Horsemaster. I think he's got too many Horsemasters. Let me double check. Horsemasters, Horsemen, Horsemasters. Ah, there we go. 3 piece. I think it's 4 Horsemasters actually, but yeah, it's very good. Alright, pushing in the front line. We are going to get some shots here on the cheap and cheerful chaff, but they do have to be very careful here, the Chaos Warhounds with Poison. They're going to be missing alongside the Centaurs, so we can catch here. They can catch anyway, but of course here, you know, you want to be able to A with that Poison, slow them down, give those debuffs to stats. In the sky, we will have the Chaos Ferromanticore, and for the Lord here, we will have the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Metal. Fine Transportation, Plague of Rust here with Arcane Conduit, quite the strong package indeed. So we're going to be fighting here in the middle. Going straight after these Tuscal Chariots. Manticore's very good at just pinning in units. And we're going to have 2 of them here with that Terror. But in come the Minotaur Shields. They're going to be certainly coming in with a big punch. Good armor piercing. But these are the shielded version. They don't have that anti-infantry. So just like here, we are going to certainly be losing here with the front line. Front line's really not going to do too much. But as long as they can fight here, I probably would like to see them fight up against the great weapon variety. They'll have the lowest melee defense. That's where you'll see the most success. Especially also here from the Minotaurs. Get the Minotaurs fighting inside the Ungors, that's going to be your best scenario. A lovely Traitorkin in the back here, Overcasted. Did do some damage here against the Brave Shaman, but here it's going to be going on all 3 units of the Horsemen and Horse Masters. And look at the damage output there. That's an incredible amount of damage output. With the Poison coming in behind and the Centaurs as well to chase. Going to be shutting down quite a few units, breaking them as well. Some really good work there from Mr. Fanta Lemonade. In the sky, Terror is going to be going, and look at the destruction that came upon the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He's certainly going to be very weak here. 1.6k health left for him. He's going to be struggling here in the back. It looks like here the Chaos Warrior great weapons just thumping back here up against the nice Poison Warhounds. Pantalonard certainly winning here the skirmish game. In the front line though, it's looking pretty dire here. We can see that Minotaurs as well as the Ungol Spearhead is going to be routing left, right and centre. There's really not enough here to punch back But it looks like we do have Torox in. Torox is going to be fighting on the side. Hopefully get the brass body popped relatively. Oh my god, that's a push through. I don't know if that's good or bad. It looks pretty bad here. He's going to get surrounded now. But charging in is going to be the Centaurs. Looks like there is going to be a rear charge here from the Sorcerer on his Manticore. We'll definitely be getting that Terror in. We have Terror routed. Very nice. Palm of Fury only gives ITO as much as 50% leadership, I believe. So immune to psychology, sorry, ITP, it's only about 50% leadership. So not going to hold too strong there. You can see a lot of these can be terror routed now. In the back, those should come back relatively quickly here, but it looks like we are going to get some Horse Masters getting chased by some of these nice Centaurs. But this consistent rear charging here from the Chaos Sorcerer or the Metal, it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. That's negative 21 from terror, negative 14 from rear charge. That's negative 35 leadership. It's very painful indeed. In the middle, looks like we are going to get an Overcast Traitorkin yet again. It's going to be hitting the Chaos Warriors of Halberds and also Great Weapons, and actually hitting the Sorcerer of Metal here as well. He's certainly going to take some chunks on himself, and he will be struggling, that's for sure. Ratio of the Wild is still pretty healthy. Balance of Power is going to be in the nice Beastmen favour, but for how long is the question? Now, there's not too much armor piercing left here on the battlefield. Centaurs do certainly lack that, but we do have the big man himself. Brass Bull can get in and do the dirty work when needed, but I don't know if he's got enough punch left. Yeah, he's still got 3.9k. He can certainly do some work, but we have some halberds and quite a few great weapons left here. Moving on, so the Poison Warhounds are going to be getting kited here by the Horse Masters. It's looking pretty difficult here. The balance of power is starting to come back to even, which I would expect here from a little bit of kiting. At least if we get some effective kiting and get some good transfer of net gain, we could certainly see it come back to middle. In the middle here, looks like there's going to be another Traitorkin going down, I think. Or what's this? Oh, it's going to be a final transportation on the pocket. That's a nice final transportation. You can generally overcast those. It's pretty much the only AoE spell of that cost that you can overcast. But here, it's just going to be a normal one. That'll be enough to break the Minotaurs and do some good damage and actually disperse the nice blob of the Beastmen here. Looks like we should be able to get some Javelins here, firing straight in up against Torox. Torox does have 130 armor though, and also gets 40% damage resistance when the brass body is popped. So actually, you'll find that when he's engaged in melee, you're not going to hit him too often there with non-armor piercing missiles. In the back, we have broken the Horse Masters, and so we actually shattered the Centaurs as well. But it looks like we got some Minotaurs. I wouldn't mind seeing these Minotaurs pushing off Riffle Shuffle's Horse Masters, because they can certainly come back, I think. One leadership, yeah, they are going to come back. And now they could be a bit of a pain here in the flank of the Beastmen. Balance of Power still favouring the Beastmen here. Not too much. I think because of the Brave Shaman and just how healthy Torox is. And we can see here very weak is going to be the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. But I think here we're going to be seeing a win from the Chaos. I really don't know if there's enough. I think we need to certainly chase off and be efficient here. Negative 2 leadership. It'll probably get to about the trees and we should see it come back here, I would have thought. But over here in the back, we can see that the Brave Shaman could certainly start doing some work here on the Horse Masters. Horse Masters actually, with Fire at Will, are actually going to be shooting here into the Shattered Chaos Warhound Poisons. And a little bit of an overchase here with the Ferromanticore. So we are going to bring it back. That's what we did, actually shatter the Minotaurs there. Quite nice. But we are going to start chasing here with the Centaurs. Now, we don't want to overchase. If we overchase too much, we'll actually be getting a Manticore right in the face. But we could actually break him and chase him off as well. It is potential. These are breaking. We do have faster units nearby. And he does break. Excellent work. Very good. So it looks like we are going to break here. Phantom Lemonade doing the good work here of the Beastmen Lords. He'll certainly see favour from them. Over here in the back, we can see some Marauder Horsemen. They're going to be just kiting a little bit here up against these Ungor Spears with shields. Efficacy is not too high there, unfortunately. Some of the value you'll be returning from that is not too great. But essentially breaking them, getting off the edge of the map and losing that infantry front line is certainly helpful, because it means you can't cycle charge your Centaurs freely. Mr. Complex there, how are we doing? Hope you're doing well, my friend. In the back here, we can see that the Marauder Horsemasters, how many got left here? Looks like they're going to be clearing up the Ungor Spear herds. We have 8 models left, and they're going to be looking at about 10 ammunition. So looking pretty healthy down the ammunition, actually. You can certainly see some more value from them, and they can be a good kite here up against the Doggos. So it looks like we are very close to breaking here up against the Manticore. He's going to have one leadership. Anything that's faster and closer by, there we go. He insta-shatters, and that's going to be Manticore gone. And that's a big win. That's a ginormous win. And the reason that is that's one of the 2 terror off the battlefield. The second one, it will be close to removing as well. So a nice screen here with the Warhound Poisons. Just going to be keeping away the kite. Very close is the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. What is he going to do though? Plague of Rust and Transportation to his name. He's going to have to save probably a Plague of Rust here to deal with Taurox. I think I'm going down, so perhaps, I don't think we're going to see a Transportation at this point. I think it's probably too late in the battle here. But it looks like the Chaos Warriors' great weapons, they won't see combat, I don't think. Taurox is in close, but they've got to be careful. This bunch has to stay together. We certainly want to use the Warhounds to see if we can break the Marauder Horsemasters, because then there's absolutely no level of skirmish here. That means you're also, there is some in the back, so we do have some mobility. So 2 mobility is tough. Looks like they are going to break. We did actually get the Manticore on top. That's a bit of a loss there, unfortunately. We might actually, they have been terrified, but they should come back. -1 leadership, 4 leadership. We should see them return. We should see them return. They are going to get chased, so the Centaurs are going to go and assist. But we do have to, we certainly have to obey the attacking rule here. Good luck, have fun from both sides. That's good. In the back here, looks like the Minotaur shields. The Minotaur shields do need to come in and help. They really do. And they're going to run away here from the terror of the nice Manticore. And that's why the Manticores are so good at this stage of the battle. Yep. So they'll be going for sure. They're going to get chased off here pretty effectively. Centaurs might be able to get a charge on here, though. Are they going to be able to get the Raging One on? I'm not too sure. We have broken. Are they going to get in? Is the micro here going to be efficient? It is not, so he's going to get caught. That's a nice charge as well. God damn, -11 leadership. We could actually kill him here if we're not -31. Is he going to shatter is the question. If we kill him, of course, that's better. We kill him, I think we win here. Look at the break here going from the Chaos as well. So Chaos are going to be breaking. Taurox is in the middle. If we actually kill the Lord, I think we insta-win here. Looks like here in the back, looks like Traitor King going down, so that'll cause some really nice damage in the pocket as well. He's going to be down to, he has died, that's going to be -16 leadership. That could be seeing quite a few break here. That'll be certainly, these halberds will break, and it's now going to be the Chaos Warriors versus the world. If we get out with the Brave Shaman, we get in with Taurox the Brass Ball, we get that Brass Body popped, and I think here we can certainly see a win. Yes, Brass Body's in, and he's going to be attacking. It looks like the halberds here are going to be 3 leadership. We do not want to be breaking here with the Brave Shaman of the Wild. He is going to just about hold on, but then he breaks. No, he's going to be breaking here, but in come the Minotaurs. They're going to be charging. Look at those horns going in up against the halberds. Poison Warhounds. I think here this is going to be a dubski for Mr. Pantelenard. It all comes down to 1 unit of Chaos Halberds. Can they hold? Friends are going to be routing. They're going to be down. 4 leadership is what holds them between winning and losing here. Oh, they are going to start stabilizing. 10 leadership. Is that going to be the Lord going down, though, is the question. There's going to be another Traitor King coming in. God damn. That Traitor King will finish it off, I think. We do actually have some Chaos Warrior great weapons coming back in. They're starting to return. Oh, I don't know anymore. I don't know. They have broken. Chaos Warhounds, 1 charge could do it. But these Chaos Halberds are healthy. They should be down to 10 now. Yes, Lord's gone from 16 down to 10. So obviously you're going to gain +6 leadership from that, which actually is quite huge for a unit with 44 models in. But it looks like it is going to be a pull-out here from Riffle Shuffle. And a nice dubski here for Fanta Lemonade. By the way, Logic, on your Cathay video, got 2K views. That's the most ever. Yes, it is the most ever I've ever got. So thank you very much for everybody that did watch. I really appreciate it. Hi, Dr. Jellyfish. Mr. America, how are you? Jason, how are we doing? Come back with the Lord getting done in. Yeah, indeed. What won it here for me? What was the turning? I think getting so much damage here on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Metal was painful from Riffle Shuffle. I think the winning factor has to be the Brave Shaman, I think. I think the Brave Shaman with his Traitor Kings getting all the cav. That is the one nice thing with rolling cav together, is they all support each other, and obviously you can hit multiple targets in one go. But with Traitor King on the battlefield, it's tough. It is tough. I'm not going to lie, I was struggling to see Beastmen win this, but this was a really nice build from Riffle Shuffle. 1,200 for the Chaos Sorcerer Metal, 690, 830, 710, and 860 for the Great Weapons. And for the Halberds, we've got 900, 1.8k for the Chaos Warrior Halberds, very nice, with 900 as well. That's some really good work. 720 and 170 here for the Horsemen. The Horse Masters 200, 600, 260, and 475. Yeah, I think that's what cost the game. I think the Traitor Kings on the skirmish was where the game was lost, I think. Probably have to go back and watch a little bit more. But another fair Manticore here, 490. I think if we could have squeezed out another Manticore, double Manticore with the Chaos Sorcerer on a Manticore would have been elite. I would have really liked to have seen that. 1.9 here for Torx the Brass Ball, very good. I like Torx. He's very tanky. He's very competitive, I must admit. And it looks like here, yeah, 1.6k for the Brave Shaman. You know, these coming in at 500 and these 750 each. You know, that's enough there to take out comfortably 2 units of Horse Masters, or, you know, do some good damage overall. So he's done some very, very nice work. 160 kills, very strong. 101, 225, 250. We got 390 and 160 here for the Ungor Spearman. We've got 340, 996 with 364 here for the Centaurs, and some really nice late game management here from the Centaurs. Actually catching the Lord there at the end, obviously certainly cost it, but of course still very good to see that potential is on there from Pantelanard. 313, 314 for the Tuscal Chariots, and 175, 455, and 194 for the Chaos Warhound Poisons. So for the double Minotaurs here, we actually got 1.5k and 1,265. These Minotaurs actually, yeah, very nice pick indeed. Nice pick selection there. I think they, yeah, very strong. Very strong. Something I certainly wouldn't have thought of. GG's indeed. Alright, so game 2 here will be Eschen. Okay, so let's move that on to the boys so they can get doing their armies. Riffle, you are up. It was a very interesting Chaos build. Yeah, Blackthorn, I can certainly agree. There was a... How is this not army losses? Oh, the reason it wasn't army losses is simply because of just unit number. But it should have been really, and the fact that they gained the +6 leadership from the Lord actually dying and then going away, that +6 leadership I think was enough to keep them going for a short while. But yeah, it was very close to being army losses. Also, they're quite expensive mid-tier infantry. I think they're like 900 a piece roughly. I think it's 850 for great weapons. I think it's still 850 for halberds as well, if I remember correctly. So they're pretty costly, and I think they've got some very decent leadership. But yeah, it could have been army losses at any moment. I thought it was going to be army losses when the Lord died, but just like one unit of halberds held on with 4 leadership and kept them going. That's for sure. Could he have won? I don't think so, but it kept it going strong. So after this, we're playing on Cliff of Beasts. But yeah, let's update this scoreboard. Score 2 for Pantelanard. 1-0 to him. Be lovely to see him here in the final representing. But also be the same there for Riffle Shuffle. But both these, oh, Hubbard to 950. Oh, very interesting. By the way, Logic, I'm guessing you like the trailer. Yeah, do you know what? I haven't spoken anything about the trailer. The trailer was absolutely awesome. The 2 factions that I'm really excited to play, 100% Kislev, and I'm really excited now to play Cathay. I've just seen the builds, the designs. They look fun. They look seriously fun. Zinch look fun as well on those flying discs. They look really cool, man. I've been doing some more reading and some things, so perhaps I'll be releasing a video. Oh, Void, I didn't see you there. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what might come out of out of this for Warhammer 3. Nice catch by Fanta Lemonade. Yeah, I mean Pantelanard, Fanta Lemonade, you know. Yeah, he played very well on this one. He played very well. There are enough of them to grind through Beastmen. Yeah, I think there was a strong build there from. Okay, Beastmen, Ban VC, Wood Elves. Pantelanard's gonna go greenskins. I think he's a pretty strong greenskin main. I think he's a main of greenskins. Maybe his Zypher can tell me different, but I think he was a strong Beastman main. Alright, I'd be very interested to know what you guys are thinking. So I'll drop you guys a little bit of a questionnaire there. Are you guys, how much did you guys enjoy the release of Cathay? Did you guys think it was amazing, great, good, or just kind of meh? Were you not too bothered about it? What do you think? Is it something that you really enjoy, something you're looking forward to? What's on your minds for it? Let me know. I'm very interested to see what you're excited for, what you're not excited for. For me personally, I thought it was amazing. I think they did a really good job. I'm looking very much forward to the Chinese dragons. They look insane. And the whole lore behind it, where the dragons are ruling the provinces, it seems really cool. I'm 100% going to be playing campaigns as well. I'll be doing some more campaign stuff on my... I'll be doing it here on Twitch. Yes. Cathay is definitely the best looking faction thus far. You think so? I don't know, man. Since when did Cathay have fighting polar bears? When did Cathay have fighting polar bears, my friend? Although I must admit, those big goddamn statues that were fighting, I cannot remember their name, but they were awesome. Maybe Mr. America can tell me. Cathay looked great, as did Zinch units. Zinch units look really cool. The disc ones, 100%. Double-headed duck dragon, 100%. It's not dragon, but you know what I mean. Double-headed duck. Was it demon? It's a demon, I guess. Great. I'm deducing a point for the blank-faced blacksmith, though. I did see that. I mean, to be fair, I don't really care that the blacksmith had a blank face, but you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Cathay do not have Little Grom. That's true. Cathay don't have Little Grom, but they've tried it. They tried it. I love the bull. I love the bull. The bull was fun. The bull was fun. Those dang hats, though, can't do it. Polar bears or not. Yeah, I mean, polar bears are super cool. I like the polar bear halberd cavalry. God damn, they look insane. They look so goddamn cool. They're very, very good as well. They are very good units. I must admit, very strong. Cathay had like 5% of my interest, to be honest. Zinch had the other 95%. Yeah, there was certainly some. Hang on, let me think. Yeah, there was certainly some special units that I saw in that looked very interesting. Evening, how's the battle for the High King going? Very good. So Pantalanard is in one of the semi-finals here up against Riffle Shuffle. And unfortunately, Alfredinho did lose there up against Voidlow. So it'll be Voidlow's up against Mr. ODM Dactor in the other final. So big guys that have made it here today. But how are you, Bo? More nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. For you guys that don't know, because I haven't told you all yet, but this weekend coming up on the Sunday, I'll actually be joining here Mr. Bowmore and Inticity in playing on the ladder. So on the weekend on Sunday, I'll be playing in the ladder myself on live stream. So you guys will be able to come snipe me, have some fun games, and come beat the living hell out of me if you like. And yeah, you know, Intity's ladder's been going for a long time. It's an excellent system, and they've done some really nice reworks on it. So you guys want to come in and have some fun on that? It should be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, so for the Greenie boys, some of my boys as well for Dubois. I do like my Greenie boys. So in the back here, we are going to have the Orc Arrows. Yes, indeed, 2 of those. Meeting in with the Swampy Things, the River Trolls. Don't use these often myself, but of course they do have the Overwhelming Odor. They do actually have Terror as well, regen. They do have lower armor though, especially when here compared to the Stone Trolls, 70 armor, 120 weapon strength. These only have 80 weapon strength, but the Terror of course is very handy. Stone Trolls here, added armor, added weapon strength, fear, and all of the other good bits and bobs. They're very good, but of course 40 leadership is not too strong. They do actually have 50 here for the Swampy Things, so they can certainly stand a little bit longer. But Savage Orc big into the back with that physical resistance, 25%. Frenzy as well, very, very handy indeed. In the middle, we are going to have the Orc Shaman. Orc Shaman is a strong pick, not one often by me, but Fist of Gork here with the Brain Buster and of course power of Dubois. And in the front here, looks like we are going to have a Black Orc Big Boss with Rabble Rouse, which will give them immune to psychology, and the Walk Or Boss. Now, I think if you're always going to take the Black Hot Big Boss, you do need to take the Brass Cleaver. Gives you a +10 melee attack and a 40-meter radius. I think it's too strong not to take. In the front here with the we are going to have the Night Gobbos here. The AP Gloonies will be these ones. It doesn't say it, but they will be present. Some more Orc boys in the front, Orc boys, Savage Orcs, and some Gobbos there on the flank with those spears. Those spears, but they're not anti-large, but they certainly do have silver shields, making them actually more tanky than you'd like to believe. In the front, though, we are going to have some Ungol Spearmen, mixing in with some Ungol Herds here, dotted around with those shields. So, some nice little cheapy front line there. Chaos Warhounds with Poison on the flank, 95 speed and Poison, always very good. Tuskal Chariot, strong as always. In the backside here, with some Centaurs mixing in with the Ungol Raiders here for that cheap range. 1 AP and about 12 base weapon damage output, I believe. Ungol Herds in the middle for a little bit of an added extra front line, with some more Ungol Raiders. Yeah, pretty good indeed. So, the Grog Hooves of the Wolf's Run, the Poison and Regenerating Centaur Throwing Axes. Nice selection choice. Nice selection choice. In the back, we are going to see the Brave Shaman of Wild here. Looks like a Jagged Dagger and Traitorkin. And here for the bad boy himself, Taurox the Brass Bull, of course. Very good selection here with the Brass Body, as well as Slaughter Cool and Blood Greed. So yeah, very interesting one. What I'd like to try and do here in this matchup is I normally bring Snarstic myself with, I normally bring a Giant Riverjaw Hag. I generally try to see if I can slow down the Brave Shaman and then try and use Fermented Fungi to see if I can pop onto that Brave Shaman and kill him off using the Brass Cleaver and the rest with all the anti-large. See if I can take him out that way with a couple of Spirit Leeches as well. That's how I try and get rid of the Winds of Magic there. But of course that's not always that effective on Taurox. Taurox is not so easy to kill with 130 armor, that's for sure. Getting a little bit far in the front here, we are going to see the Ungol Raiders getting a little bit involved in the front line. We're going to see them shooting here. 25% physical resistance. Not going to do too much here up against these boys. They'll certainly do a little bit of damage, but the poke here, you know, obviously that's only going to be about 8 going through there, about 8 damage per missile. So it's not going to be too great, but you'll certainly see some damage over time. Ghoul Herd's going to be trying to hit the flank. They are going to get microed here a little bit now by Riffle Shuffle. Greenskin's certainly going to get the better of the engagements at the front here. Looks like the Night Gobbos are ready, but if they drop below 25% health, you won't be seeing all, but here they go, they do go in. I certainly would have dropped my old boys. I certainly would have dropped them when I put this through and let them walk through the Fanatics. In the middle, this is a mistake. We're going to be seeing Taurox the Brass Bull fighting up against the Black Orc Big Boss. He is not going to stand a chance here. He is going to get absolutely cleaved here in this middle pocket. He's certainly going to take the brunt from that. That's going to pull into the lead here immediately. So it's going to be a rear charge. You're not going to quite hit. In the back, we have the Gog Hooves. They're going to be certainly poisoning and slowing down. Both are going to charge in. Neither of these anti-large. They do have armor piercing. Both of these fighting will still probably lose to Taurox in my opinion. He does have Brass Body with that added melee defense and Slaughter's Call. 71 melee defense, 63 melee attack. Certainly nothing weak there. Over on the side, the Gobbos have been broken and shattered. Savage Orc Biggins here, good counters up against the Centaurs, so they are going to be breaking. Looks like, sorry, breaking away. But here, breaking in the middle, Stone Trolls are going to get chased off by the Tuskal Chariots. Brave Shaman of Wild is in the middle here, alongside the Warhound Poisons. We have shattered quite a few units here. The Greenskin front line is not holding too great, unfortunately, as Balance of Power pulls forward in the Beastmen favour. Over here on the right-hand side, I think this is where the majority is going to get costly here. You can see Taurox is going to run away. He did actually take some damage. It looks like the Orc War Boss. He does have immune to Psychology, but that Brass Cleaver certainly could have been handy here. That would have been 58 up to 68 attack and 55 up to 65. They can certainly aid against somebody with relatively high melee defense with the Brass Body popped. In the middle here, shots coming from the Ungol Raiders as they do fire in, giving those negative stats to the Savage Orc Biggins, chasing with the Night Gobbos here into the back. Probably not the optimal selection for them, but certainly taking them down will be good. In the back here, we do actually have the Orc Arrow boys. They're very known for their combat prowess, actually. They don't generally like firing arrows, but if they can fight in combat, especially melee combat, they do certainly enjoy it. Brainbuster here in the middle on top of the Chaos Warhound Poisons, as we do see the Ungols here, trying to see if they can finish off the Black Orc Big Boss. A lot of armor him, 110, so I don't think they're going to do too much there in the middle. But I think running a rampage, I don't know where he was. I actually kind of lost him at this moment. But looks like he's going to be over here. Here he is. So he's going to be fighting just over in this pocket up against the Orc Boys. He's going to help clear up this right-hand side. In the middle there, the Orc Shaman. He's certainly going to be vulnerable here. Yeah, so it looks like Taurox is immediately going to be coming after him. He's going to be certainly trying to take care. In the middle here, we can see wavering. It's going to be the Orc Shaman fighting here. Sorry, the Orc Shaman, the Orc War Boss, fighting up against the Grog Hooves, as well as up against Centaurs and the Ungol Spears. He's going to trap there in the middle. He's unfortunately not going to get away. Balance of Power pulling heavily into the Beastmen favour. This is going to be a nice attempt, but I think unfortunately here, not quite getting the optimal engagements from the beginning, did quite heavily cost the Greenskin army. A couple of chunks here as well on the Black Orc Big Boss certainly will affect your Balance of Power. Shots are going to be firing in here. They're going to be going over the top. Looks like the Brave Shaman was beaten down here. But it looks like here the Savage Orc Biggins will also be going down whilst they're fighting up against the Ungor herds. They might stabilise. Looks like they are going to stabilise. Shattering in the back here with the Savage Orcs. Looks like we're also going to be shattering here with the Stone Trolls and the Swampy Things. Honey Nut, how are we? I need someone who can beat... I need someone who I can beat to win this tournament. End ladder weekend, yes! Looking very forward to it. So far a good battle we had, yes. Fanta Lemonade is quite the Chad. Fanta Lemonade is the biggest Chad left in the tournament, that's for sure. He is the Chad. So it looks like here 280. 205 here for the Orc Arrows, 244 for the Swampy Things, with 245 here for the Stone Trolls. You certainly need Stone Trolls fighting with some level of infantry. I do go a little bit wider. I don't generally bring Orc Boys. I generally bring cheaper chaff, like a little bit more Gobbos, just so that I can supplement them with the Stone Trolls and have the Stone Trolls. So the thing is, the one thing I really like with the Stone Trolls is if you do actually have Snarsnake, he also has the anti-large buff. It's plus 16 bonus first large, armor piercing, and increased base weapon damage. 2 units of Stone Trolls with at least 2 Savage Orc Biggins, Snarsnik, and say the Brass Cleaver that also gets increased melee attack. Just deletes everything in front of you. It's just an absolute lawnmower. I will represent Human Boy well. I believe it, Honey Nut. I believe it. Mega Manafox, how we doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. But yes, let's move through. So this time we got 400, 1.1, we got 470, 960, and 340 here. We're just like 610 for the 8-peak loonies, with 420, 120 here for the Orc Boys, 230 and 26. So you can see that they're performing roughly the same. 311 for the Orc Shaman, 568 here for the Black Orc Big Boss, with also 608 for the War Boss. And the nice thing, if you do actually take the River Troll Hag, she has a slow, she has Spirit Leech, and she's also going to be having pretty good armor piercing with regen. So she has all the tools you kind of need here. But of course, with that regeneration, getting slapped up by Taurox is certainly a possibility. We do have only 370 here for Taurox. 2 big hits, though, on the Black Orc Big Boss. That's where pretty much the entire value is going to come from. 1.16 here for the Brave Chamber Wild. 280, 560, 215, and 717 for the Ungor Spears. Got 680, 370, and 865 for the Gore Herds. 500, 170, 350 for the Ungor Raiders. 570, 614 for the Centaurs, with 500 for the Tuskor Chariots. 817 for the Groghoos of the Wolf's Run, with 106, and also 633 here for the Chaos Warhound Poisons. Yeah, very strong indeed, very strong. Let's get this map ready. So the map here should be a Cliff of Beasts. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'll be right back with you, ladies and gentlemen. Cliff of Beasts. There we go. So, yeah, the AoE anti-large from Snarsnake. Yeah, so what I try and do is I try and roll at least a unit of Savage Orcs, if not 2, and then the Stone Trolls with Snarsnake. And then I use his anti-large buff. I also have the Brass Cleaver, that's a plus melee attack. Immune to Psychology, which is really handy for Stone Trolls. Because then Fear and Terror have such a big, like, negative 21 leadership. That's half their leadership. Like, you can't afford them to be breaking on Terror and Fear. You can't afford that. So you roll those together. He also has Fermented Fungi, so even if it's not rampaging, it still gives them negative 24 melee defense. And then you have the slow, so you slow them in place. So what I try and do is Spirit Leech them, slow them, because then they're going to take damage. And then once they've taken 20% damage off their max cap before you use the Fermented Fungi, I then try and use the Fermented Fungi as another net to keep them in. That also makes them weak, and I just try and snipe anything that is in front of me. So I try and do that on Taurox. I'd probably try and do it on the Brave Shaman first, get rid of the Winter Magic. Once the Winter Magic is out, I can just ignore Taurox at that point. I don't really care about Taurox the Brass Ball. I'll probably just try and beat the rest of the army. But that's essentially how I try and do it. And then I use Goblins to supplement the front line, where I can cycle charge through with Stone Trolls and try and play it that way a little bit if I can. And then use the Skirmish Cavalry to try and just try and keep back the rest of the cavalry if I can. Yeah, don't try and overcommit, but I try and just keep back what I can, for sure. Yes, Honey Nut will be representing Human Boy. Yes, he will. He won Human Boy's tournament, Dr. Jellyfish. So if you win either of these tournaments, you then represent for that person. So you would have had to been on Human Boy's tournament to represent him. So he did his last Tuesday. I'm doing mine this Wednesday, and I think next week we'll be doing the combined final, which I think might be a best of 5 or a best of... I think it's going to be a best of 7 with me and Human Boy casting. So should be fun. Should be fun. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, Human Boys was last week. Mine was this week. And we should also be getting the Battle Mania finale this week as well. So we should be having the top 8 players playing for that prize. Sneaky prize. And then, of course, we'll be moving through to Season 6. Would you believe it? 6 seasons already. It's crazy to think about. Crazy to think about. There was a tournament. I can't find it. Yeah, I believe there was a tournament, yeah. There should be, if you go on Human Boy's channel, there should be Win Our Tournaments, and I believe it should be on there. I believe. Let's have a look. So if we go on a Human Boy, the Filthy Rat Den. He's putting it here on the 8th, hiding out the Chad 1. So it looks like he's got a win there on the 8th. So we now just need to go through to the 8th. Human Boy, I can't find your tournaments. Of course, it should be on the 8th. And this is in his general. Yeah, you're right, I can't find it either, to be fair. Now that you ask, I cannot see it. Oh yes, the corn tournament. Yes. So on the 8th, it was the corn tournament, tourney finals. So it's the corn tournament is the one you're looking for. It's corn qualifier to Fight Logic's champion. You'll find it there on the 7th of the 9th, 21. On the general, I suppose. It was Corn's chosen. Yeah. Human Boy didn't announce a $60 prize, so it wasn't very popular. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I think at that point we hadn't decided what the prize was going to be. I think Human Boy said he wanted to put up a prize, and I think I hadn't got back to him early enough about whether I was going to match that prize. So I matched that prize. So we both put up a prize together. Looks like here we are going to be having, Pantalanard here with the Bretonians up against the Vampire Counts. How do we get here? So Vampire Counts, Greenskins, Wood Elves. I'll say bet bang Greenskins. Yeah, pretty good. Pantalanard is ready. Mr. Fanta Lemonade. Let's get that scoreboard changed. Let's get it ready to go. So 1 apiece here. Alright, so it looks like a lot of you thought it was amazing or great or meh. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. If you thought it was meh, what didn't you like about it? If you thought it was amazing or great, what did you love about it? What's the one thing you really liked about the Cathay release? I think the Cathay and Black Powder and the War Balloons will make them play like Dowie more than Kislev. Maybe. I mean, they have halberds, so I think they're going to be a heavy counter against Bretonia. I think they're going to be a heavy counter against Bretonia. So, you can see them getting banned with Dowie, if I'm honest. Or them with Lidsman getting banned. Although the ban system will change. There'll be too many. You can't just pick one ban 2 anymore. I think there's just going to be too many counters. I think it'll be a minimum ban 3, ban 4, something like that. It's hard to say. But obviously we've got another 7 factions coming in. On top of the 15 we've got already. So we'll be having 22 factions. So that's going to be another, well, nearly another 50% going on top. So Humanoid, yeah, okay. What channel will the best of 7 be on? Be on my channel, I think. I think it'll be on my channel. Yeah. I would assume. I don't think we've actually talked about it. Praying that they aren't Dowie 2.0. They'll be worse. I think there'll be big counters up against like high cavalry factions. So like elves, yeah, they seem like Dowie. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're going to be a little bit more glass cannon than Dowie. That's for sure. That's for sure. I hope they're not stronger Dowie Blackthorn. I hope they're not. We could be in trouble. We could be in trouble. Well, when I say we, I mean I could be in trouble. Of course, I'm not letting my boys down, but certainly going to add Kislev and Cathay to my roster. That's for sure. Tyrant's faction wars will have to be in 2 separate parts. Maybe. I mean, you could do 32. But of course, you would then need 10 sub-factions. Yes, 10 sub-factions. It's a lot of sub-factions. So, for the Bretonians, here we have the Companions of Quenelle, the book-holding legends themselves. And here we'll also have the Grell Guardians for the anti-large and perfect vigor, immune to psychology and the rest. Grell Knights as well as a second unit of Grell Knights. In the back here, Pox, Arrows, Pox, Fire and Fire. So double Fire, double Pox. And in the front here, obviously those cheap peasant mobs. Try and get as many of those bad boys as we can. Looks like we've got 4. As well as some men-at-arms here. Men-at-arms, more peasant mobs. Arrows, and the double Paladin Fae. I do apologise. Oh, double Paladin Fae has been moved into the middle. Okay. So double power here on horseback. One with Guardian, the other without. And the Fae probably with the usual. Yeah, Earthblood, Dwellers Below, Arcane Conduit, and Fae of Favour of the Fae. Yeah. No Chalice. I kind of don't like Chalice, but, you know, Chalice wasn't selected, so makes me happy. Looks like 3 units of the Fellbats in the sky. We're also here going to be having zombies, skeleton spearmen, zombies, skeleton spears, zombies, spears, zombies, spears. Zombies, spears. Okay. In the back night, looks like 2 units of Blood Knights. Only 2. Okay, interesting. 2 units of Blood Knights, Vargolfs, 2 of them. Very good armor-piercing monsters. And here we are going to have double Corpse Guards and Necromancer here with the Forbidden Rod. Scholar Shielding, Raise the Dead. Looks like also Vigorous Mortis, Master of the Undead, and the Balefire. And for Helm and Gorst, we got Invocation of Nehek, the Master of the Dead, the Reliquary of Corruption, the Unholy Lordstone, and Vigorous Mortis. And in the front here, it looks like we actually have the Vampire of Shadows with just Pit of Shades. Very interesting. Very interesting combination here from Riffle Shuffle. Who's the mayor guy? Bring me his head. I don't know. But I think there's more than one. I think there's more than one there. If you do the maths, I think there's more than one. How you doing, Nick? Hope you're doing well. Yes, Grell Knights. So Girl Guardians, of course, they're going to be the more anti-infantry variety, whilst your Girl Knights are going to be the big charge bonus. I do like Grail Knights, they're very strong. Companions of Quinelle, of course, always very strong. Good at deleting Blood Knights, that's for sure. I do apologise, and let's crack on. So, coming here into the last game of the semi-final, winner takes all here, moves through to the final to face either Void Lols or ODM Daxter. So it should be a big game going forward. Rotating around the back here, the Knights are going to be coming over to the right-hand side. I think they've seen, of course, the Blood Knights are on the right, so they're going to try and bolster this side a little bit more. It's going to be a heavy hit from the right-hand side for sure from the VC. Double Vargols moving forward at a slow pace. Felbats are moving into position. So they're going to be baiting out some arrows. Certainly want to see them get too caught here. Fire arrows over the top. They're going to be shooting into the Felbats. Some hitting. Not too much damage though. A couple of hundred there. Not too much on that. I'll probably try and save your arrows for remainder. We've got lots to work on here. Fire arrows are kind of a must now in this matchup because you've got these two little sneaky boys in the back. Obviously both having a fire weakness. Pushing forward still. And it looks like here just going to be sort of just slowing down a little bit, making sure the units stay together. The two Blood Knights certainly can't invest over here. If they over invest on the left hand flank and they get caught out, it's game over. Blood Knights here are crucial to this win. Vampire Shadows comes into the middle, hoping to see if we get some sort of blob here, I think, is the plan. Fire arrows going in, pox arrows going in as well. You're trying to aid here in the front line. I thought the Fae is going to help fight here in the front side up against the zombies and the skeleton spears. In move the Blood Knights though, it's just going to be a charge of cav. And here it should favour the Bretonnians if we get enough cavalry. And the reason being is Helmengorst is miles away. But Helmengorst is now moving in. Helmengorst here with his meme chariot is going to be trying to get in and do the work here for the lady. Zombie summon in the back. Looks like we're going to try and pin in some of these units, make sure that they can't retreat. Like here in the back, we are going to be getting maybe a Pit of Shades. No, it's going to be Dwellers Below. So Dwellers Below here looks like it's going to be catching a lot of the zombies, doing some damage here up against the Vargols as well. And in behind on the other side, look at this for an image. God damn it. So it looks like we are going to get a Pit of Shades on one side, and of course the Dwellers Below on the other. Really trying to remove all the infantry, but it looks like it's going to be a far much more effective trade here for the side of the undead. Helmengorst in the middle, certainly want to get some fire arrows onto him if we can. Fire arrows is going to be shooting into the Vargolf there. The Vargolf is going to be feeling that pain. Looks like, unfortunately, the Fae is going to be taking quite a bit of damage as well. Paladin is in to assist. So now want to get the second one in and start seeing if we can move the Fae out. Fae's taking a lot of damage at this point. She needs to get out. If the Fae doesn't get out here, we're in serious trouble. Healing going down. She is going to get terrified and she's going to start to run away. Felbats moving. If you had some Felbats nice and close, we've really got to chase off the Fae here. I don't think we're going to get that opportunity. It looks like here the double Paladin are going to need to assist. Fae is going to come back. And a little bit overextended here are going to be the Vargols. Yep, they certainly need to come back, that's for sure. They need that protection here in the pocket up against the Necromancer and Helmengorst. This is where we needed to get in and start working on them. Looks like we had the Dire Pack Walls. I missed those there in the back, the anti-large doggos. They do some good work. Felbats in the back here fighting up against the peasant mobs with those pox arrows and fire arrows. It's going to give them a little bit of breathing space here up against the undead in this main pocket. A little bit out on her own. We're going to see the Vampiress here. She's going to be here just kind of sat on her own a little bit. Obviously the Vargols can come in pretty quickly. They do have 80 speed, but at the same time she's still going to be a little bit isolated. She can certainly get pushed here, that's for sure. In the back, looks like the Felbats are going to be dying here up against the peasants. Going to be getting shots and slowly quicking. Sorry, slowly quicking? Slowly dying. Here in the middle, we can see the skeleton spears fighting up against the peasant mobs. Looks like the Blood Knights are going to be struggling. It looks like they're down to 900 health. 11 models. Now, that's going to be difficult for them. There's still a lot of cavalry here left for the Bretonnians. It's certainly not one on either side here, but of course, the Fae being as damaged as she is really going to affect balance of power. She's going to be relatively low at the moment. We can certainly try and see if we can charge in. So nice hit there up against the Vargolf. So negative melee attack, but he is going to be starting to break. He is going to be going down, and one Vargolf going down here is huge. That damage output is going to be halved here. Invocation is certainly needed at this moment. I don't know if Helm Gorst has one on hand. Negative 23 leadership. He's going to be dying over time. Can we get the Paladin over here? Taking out this is way more important than taking out the Vampire of Shadows. Looks like they are going to be ganging up though here. Nice charge onto the Paladin. Fair the Favor going down. Can he turn and burn here though? He's still got Favor of the Fae. I would like to see him turn and fight. It looks like the Vargolf is going to be coming back on leadership. He's still dying here, so 600 health for him. I don't know how this is favouring here for the VC. They are certainly going to be struggling. Arrows are still firing in here. Negative 31 leadership. 440 health. He's going to be regenerating, but he's certainly dying pretty quickly as well. Up and down in here, it's fluctuating. Charges here, looks like they are going to try and pin in one of the Vargolfs, try and see if they can hop on here as well. Moving in is going to be the Vampiress of Shadows, supported by some zombies and some skeleton spears. Invocation is going to go down to try and see if we can get some healing. That is actually going to bring it back to normality. 2 leadership here. Hello, Mr. Caradoc, how we doing? Looks like we are going to be able to hold on to him for just a little bit longer. Now that is a bit of a loss here, unfortunately, for the Bretonnians. In the back, the Direpack Wolves, they need to be ready. They can certainly hop onto the Peasant here. As we can see, nice quick move in. We can certainly take them down. In the middle, the Fae, going to be trying to help fight him in the middle. She will have, of course, that AoE damage spell over time. That nice Mortis effect. Earthblood here in the pocket to really help with the Companions of Quinael. But here we still have the double Vargolfs fighting. One is going to be regenerating here up to maximum. 1.5k health left for him. Banter Power here is going to start pulling into the Bretonnian favour. Looks like they're going to be charging onto the Fellbats here in the back as they do try and take down the Peasant Pox arrows. The Companions of Quinael are going to be running away whilst getting hit in the back here by the Vargolf. Actually, it looks like the Vargolf's just trying to push through. I'm not too sure what the Vargolf's target is here. Looks like he's going to be getting caught in here against the anti-large cavalry. Down Paladin still fighting though. If they can get in, they can certainly start buttering the bread here at the Vargolf. It certainly can't be sending in 2. But we can certainly do some start doing some big hits in here. In come the cavalry. They can certainly aid and start pinning in certain units. Now we are going to get the healing here for the Necromancer. But unfortunately the Vargolf here is going to be near maximum. Faye's still got a long way to go before she's healed. But we need to get these Grey Knights involved. They need to get involved. They need to get healed. And they need to start doing some work. They've got lots of power here to do some work in the middle. As we can see, the cavalry is going to be a little bit pinned in. We're not going to be getting all those cycle charges that we want. We have, I think it's 78 charge bonus here on the nice Grey Knights. Yeah, 78 charge bonus. That's very effective there for 13 seconds. Over here, the Direpack Wolves looks like they're going to try and come around the flanks, see if they can remove some of these peasant mobs, probably. Try and see if we can get some of these units off the edge of the map. Pox arrows here firing into the middle as they're firing into the Vargolfs. Both Vargolfs are very weak, but they're not dead yet. This is a big problem. You certainly need to take out a Vargolf for sure. One Vargolf going to be going very low here. One Vargolf dies, and that is huge. The second one should fall very, very quickly here. We need to start getting these arrows firing in as much as possible. If we take down the second one, we can certainly see some wins here. Terror out, I think. No, just going to be broken here for the Companions. Companions have immune to psychology. Certainly want some healing in here. Could certainly do with some healing. Can we get the Paladins in, though, to try and see? The Vargolf is going to be going down. If the second Vargolf goes down, I think it's going to be a Dubsky here for the Bretonnians. In the middle, let's let the Fae fighting up against zombies. She's going to be actually seeing a healing cap come in for the first time. It looks like the Vargolf is going to be regenerating. There will be some extra regeneration here coming from the Necromancer and Helm Gore. 6 per second, plus it's also its own regeneration. So that'll be coming in at about 10 regen per second. Vargolf goes down. And looks like the Knights are going to start to rotate in and out, trying to see if we can just start a cycle charge and finish off here. That will more than likely cast the end here for the Vampire counts. Because it looks like Helm Gorst is just going to get bullied from this point onwards, I think. So it looks like we have one Paladin, relatively healthy. Where is the second one, though, is the question. Did the other Paladin go down? I think the other Paladin must have gone down there. The Fae's going to be fighting in the middle. She'll be causing that damage over time. Fae's certainly going to get lots of value here by the end. Charge here from the side from the Grail Knights. Sorry, the Grail Guardians, I should say. They're going to move in here, try and see, maybe they can clear out the Necromancer. Necromancer here is now going to be at his healing cap. He's going to be taking lots of damage. 38 melee defense for him, and some good charges here from the Grail Knights. Favor of the Fae going down as well, plus 40 melee attack is really going to aid. I probably would have stuck in there and used the majority there of that bonus. Charges in now from the Grail Knights. Now here they come in, come back in here, the Grail Guardians. The legendary heroes themselves, as they move in to fight, they're going to smash straight into the side here of the Necromancer on top of his corpse cart. As you can see, he's going to be going down to about 2,000 health, yeah, 2,200. He's certainly going to get weak here in the middle. Direwolves are in the back, though. Direwolves are in the back. Invocation of the Heck, this is the way to win. You need to start shutting down these pox arrows. So we have shattered the peasant mobs in the back. But it looks like here we do actually have the companions of Quinel fighting up against the dire pack of wolves. They do struggle with the armor piercing, but they do have the bonuses here to really help fight up against the cav. We are going to be losing the peasant pox arrows in the back. The second unit could be struggling as well. These doggos are going to be clearing up and actually doing a really nice job of it. They're going to be breaking both and shattering the companions. This is seriously close at this point. The doggo is going to be doing the work here of the lady, doing the best job they possibly can. Helmut Gorst is still around, so it looks like he's going to be fighting. Looks like we lost the Necromancer here in the back. I think that's going to be him there. So it looks like he did go down here, and it's going to be Helmut Gorst versus the lady herself. It looks like it's going to be Death by Mortis against Death by Mortis. Helmut Gorst is getting absolutely slapped here in the middle. He's going to be taking lots of damage here up against these knights. Paladins in, anti-large, and so here are the Grail Knights with those charge bonuses. Yeah, Helmut Gorst is getting hit really hard here, and that's the problem. When you don't have the protection there of those Vargulfs, you can certainly get punched really hard here. We are going to be shattering, though, the Grail Guardians. Moving back in on the Direwolves. They can get in and do some really nice work in the middle. Looks like routing here is going to be the Fae. The Fae is going to be routing. Balance of power is going to be in the favour of the Vampire Counts. It all depends if this cav comes back. If we can kill the Necromancer, anything's possible here. Big hits coming through here from the Paladins. Paladins fighting. Helmut Gorst is so close to dying here. In come back in the Knights. If they get a nice charge here on the die pack, it could flip it here. Faye has shattered. Looks like the die pack wall's coming in for the charge. Oh, they're going to get caught. They're going to break. And shatter. And a win here for the Vampire Counts. I did not think it possible, but it looks like they are going to win here. God damn, Gorst is the Chad. Gorst is the Chad. I do not know how they pulled that off. I do not know how they pulled that off. I think just Faye getting sniped there just lost her the game. That's such a shame. Helmut Gorst, 2,631 damage value for him, and 178 here for the Necromancer. 2,081 for the Vampire Shadows. A really nice cast there in the middle stage. 120, 101 with 230, 240, and 155. 250 for the Skeleton Warriors. 814. God damn. 250 and 94 for the Skeleton Spears. 1,100 and 600 here for the Blood Knights. With it looks like 126, 57, and 130 for the Fellbats. 255 kills, 1.3 here for the Dark Pack Wolves. And actually that play there in the back actually being really, really crucial. I know, GG's, I know, what an ending. 1,776 here for the Vargulfs as well. The Vargulfs not played to their optimal status, but certainly played very well. The Vargulf play in the back, I think, actually was really clutch. I think actually getting rid of the back line, removing the Companions of Quinel, and removing the double pox arrows in the back was really strong. It was really strong. It was a nice play. The Invocation was used perfectly. It got in the back. It cleared it out as well. And yeah, very strong play indeed. 2.4k for the Fate Enchantress with 1.5 and 1.7 here for the Paladins. You can see these guys can roll very high sometimes, but as you can see, they both rolled extremely high, which gave them a nice, good, strong chance. Looks like 68, 230, 21, 41, and 110 for the Peasant Mobs. 88, 180, and 41 here for the Men-at-Arms. And for the Arrows, 240, 220, 1,000, 1,725. So the Pox Arrows certainly online a little bit more there. 250 kills, 1.9k here for the Grail Knights. 161 for 416 for the Grail Knights. And for the Grail Guardians, we got 980. And the Companions of Quinel, 2,150. Cocoa Puffs, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Doctor, how are you? Do you have a lobby or should one of us host? I've got a lobby, buddy. I'll let you join up now. Well played to Riffle Shuffle and well played to Pantalanard. Fanta Lemonade will be back. GG's well played, dude. Let's get you in, Mr. Dactor. Pretty sure I've got you added, Dactor. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Maybe you're not online. Ah, Mr. Dactor. Do I have you added? Let's have a look. Are we friends? I don't know. I don't know how you tell. Oh, yes, we are friends. Cool. And Mr. Void Lols, where are we, my friend? Voidy. Mr. Void Lols, there we go. In you come. Game 1 will be Mr. Oakenhammer. Map is set. And I believe it is Void Lols to pick first. How you doing, Cocoa Puffs? Hope you're doing well. Well, you scrolled past my name twice. Did I? No way. I think I need this tea more than I think. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I made a cup of tea because I'm struggling today. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. My night's sleep last night was god awful. Why is that friend list not alphabeticalized? Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I can. Dire packs showing why they are the best of the doggos. Indeed, man, indeed. They are very strong. They are very strong. Super close game. It could have come down to anything there. I think, unfortunately, the Fae getting just hit there a couple of big times at the end. Because even Gorse can pack a punch, right? I think him getting hit there in the end was pretty costly. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so moving through to the second stage here. To give Void a message, see if he's doing okay. Hopefully Void sees that. So we'll start with Oakenhammer, we'll go through the same stages again, and the winner here will now look to take on Riffle Shuffle. But well played to Pantalanard, he came through all of the odds, beating quite a few players today himself, so it looks like here Pantalanard beat Atharion Shades. He beat here up against Azabella. I'm not sure who Azabella is, but welcome. And then he beat Gobu Slayer, and then obviously played up against Riffle Shuffle. But the reverse sweep from Riffle Shuffle, very strong. Very strong. Alright, Void needs 2 minutes. Yeah, no problem. No problem, my guy. No problem indeed. Faye getting smacked by the 4 health vampire Shadowcaster did it. Oh, did it? Oh, okay. I missed that. Let me try and see actually if I can go save that video. Let's have a look here. So Alright, so let's get back into it. Fanta, Lemonade, how are we, friend? Hope we're doing well. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Well played, dude. Well played in the semis. You played really well, man. Played very well. I have to go, sadly. Thanks for the stream and GG's. Yeah, thank you very much for hanging out, Blackthorn. I really appreciate having you here, buddy. You take care and I'll see you soon. I'm a little bit sad you're not my champion as well. I wanted Fanta Lemonade to lead the people. I wanted him to lead the people. Let me get... I'll tell you what we'll do. While we're waiting here, I'll actually... so for a few of you guys that do know Human Boy, he's a good friend of mine. I really like Human Boy. Very nice guy. If you do pop over here and you do see the screen blocker, I'll actually be putting up something called Valhalla Forever. Now, this is a book here that Human Boy wrote. It's a very fun book. Why should you read it? So it's full of magical babies, big fights, demons, adventures, and dragons, and all sorts of things, right? So if you guys do enjoy all of those good things, do feel free to go check out his book Valhalla Forever. You guys can support him through getting that book. It's a really, really fun book, and something that I would recommend myself. So if you thought, you know, I like Game of Thrones, or I like Vikings, or I like Last Kingdom, you know, all things that me and Ducky have watched, and you like that sort of thing, this is something for you that you could really enjoy. So make sure you go check that out. I'll be leaving that there on the screen. Any questions, please feel free to ask. But yeah. By the way, Logic, irrelevant question, but is dwarves versus vampire counts hard for dwarves? Don't know fully. So you before the Ghost Cheese, it used to be very difficult for, at least at the beginning of the FLC, it used to be difficult. Time for my weekly dose of losing to Void. Well, give it your best shot, buddy. Give it your best shot. Exactly. More Pantanal. Go Dactor. But of course, we also have support here for Void as well on the channel. Void is an excellent player. Sorry guys, just working at awesome series. Yeah, you played very well, Pantelamard. Yeah, you should be very proud. Sorry guys, we're just discussing here about what's going on with the lobby. Apparently it's a little bit laggy. I'm not sure what's going on here. No, okay, looks like they're just testing the lag. Okay, well, I'm going to let these guys test the lag. As far as I'm aware, unless somebody wants to tell me any different. Hi, Bomo, how are you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice to have you back here, Bomo, I must admit. It's nice to have you back in the community. Welcome back, buddy. Nice to have you back. As far as I'm aware, this is a peer-to-peer connection, so we all connect to each other individually. So I'll connect to Dacta and Void, and we'll all maneuver information around between each other. So I think making a new host is not going to change anything, because of course we'll still be connecting to each other. So actually having a host change shouldn't change anything. As far as I'm aware, so if we want to play, I think it's going to be, if it's laggy now, it's going to be laggy regardless of who hosts. So it looks like they're going to do it. It looks like Beastmen, Ban, Wood Elves, and Lizardmen. It looks like the counter is going to be Vampire Counts. What do I expect here? I expect Gorse Cheese, if I'm honest. I'm expecting Gorse to go alongside a Necromancer, and you're probably going to be seeing some level of... Probably some level of Doggos, probably some level of Vargulfs for protection, and you're probably going to be having some Crypt Horrors in there as well. You know, some big bullying bodyguards. Some other units that can also protect themselves with some regen, more than likely. The more regen you can get in there, the more invocation you can use when and if you need it. So units should just be a little bit tankier for themselves. Right. The tea has been had. The focus has been regained. Hopefully caffeine can kick my ass. Right. Yeah, probably some level of dogs as well as a clean-up crew for the Beastmen. They're going to be a lot breaking with fear and terror. They don't have amazing leadership, so I'm expecting some level of a build, something around those lines. For the Beastmen, I'm probably looking at something like Torx the Brass Bull. We'll be looking at a Brave Shaman of Wild with probably Traitor Kin, maybe something like Brainbuster in case they do decide to clump. Or maybe a Brave Scream might be quite nice, just to clear everything out. Probably an ROR Gorgon, maybe two, even. Throwing axes, maybe. There's going to be lots of chaff. There's going to be lots of zombies. I can expect some skeletons, maybe one or two Graveguard. So you're going to need some units that can at least trade moderately effectively against probably skeleton warriors, I think. So what are we expecting here? Gorehead shields might be too much of an investment. Probably just Ungol raiders with shields I think would be fine to beat skeletons. Could be a flying core. Could double manticore do well? I think double manticore would struggle here, but you could bring two manticores for sniping potential. You need something that can take down crypt horrors, I think. Throwing axes is the initial choice, maybe. It's a difficult matchup, this one, and it depends if they go with a hero or not from the VC side of things. If they go with a hero, maybe they take a White King with Scab's Grave to get rid of like mass infantry. Maybe they take Necromancer of Death on a flyer. You know, bring Spirit Leech and just Spirit Leech spam everything. It's difficult to say what could happen here. It's a very vast matchup, I think. Probably one of the more interesting ones to come out of the DLC for sure. But it'll be interesting to see what both sides bring. Alright, so for the front line here, Mr. Bowmore is on Warhammer 2. Now that is what I like to see, baby. Let's go. So, Ungol Raiders, 3 units in the front here, mixing in with some Centaur throwing axes. Looks like the triple Ungol Spearman shields. Okay, very nice. Throwing axes in the back here, mixing in with some Chaos Spawn. 4 units of the Chaos Spawn, 2 units of the Razor Gore Armor Piercing Herds. And in the back here, we are going to see Spirit Leech spam here with the Brave Shaman, with the aspect of the Dread Knight and Spirit Leech. Brave Shaman of Wild on foot as well, with Traitorkin, both of these on foot. And the big boy, Torx the Brass Bull. Here with the Brass Body. What's up, Phoenix King? How you doing, buddy? Brass Body, Slaughter's Call, and of course, Blood Greed. So, a very nice mixture here from there. In the front here, we are going to have some of those zombies from Dacta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of these bad boys. Double here of the Crypt Ghouls. mixing in all with the Sternsman Graveguard. Very nice regeneration. Looks like here we are, I have some Skeleton Warriors on the outside, mixing with 3 of the Crypt Horrors here with that regen and poison, and of course the double Varghols for the armor-piercing monsters, with the Necromancer here who will have Raise the Dead, the Forbidden Rod, Invocation of Nehek, as well as the Curse of the Undeath, Vigorous Mortis, and the Balefire. Helmut Gorst here who will have the Reliquary of Corruption, as well as the Unholy Lordstone, Vigorous Mortis, with also Awakened from the Grave, the Gate of Nagash, and the Liber Noctis. Yes, very nice. We will see here why Helmut is so powerful. Master of the Dead, along with the Reliquary of Corruption, gives you, the Unholy Lordstone, gives you 6 regen per second for all units in and around. Double summons as well as Gaze of Nagash, and all the nice abilities that you can certainly see. Very strong here, not too far from what I was expecting as well, so, yeah, fairly interesting here, fairly interesting. Should be interesting to see what's going to come from this. I think this is a pretty bog standard build. This is very unconventional from Void. Void is very well known for building nice armies. Throwing Axe is immediately going to go into the Poison Crypt Ghouls. They don't have regen, and you certainly don't want to be using Invocation on them. So perhaps they actually are quite a nice pick, because you're going to get some free damage, and your opposition's not going to really want to heal Crypt Ghouls. There's going to be a lot of Winter Magic there to heal some units you don't really care too much about, but they're also quite costly in this fact that they're 500. So you will be seeing some payback there from the throwing axes that are invested. If you could really get in on the Sternsman Graveguard, that could be quite nice, but out come the Dire Wolves. I think there was at least, I think we only saw 1, but it looks like there's going to be 2 here. 1 was maybe on the right-hand side here. And in the back, they're going to be rotating. Just going to leave a message out there, just to remember to make attacking rules. You can't just put in throwing axes and then run away when it's convenient for you. You do have to obey attacking rules, period. You can't just sit there and not obey attacking rules. Like for example here, we can see it's going to be a couple of seconds here where the throwing axes are moving, but they're not actually firing at all times. That's fine, mate. Just a reminder for both sides, if I do start calling attacking rules on either side, they're both aware that I am watching. So, Dark Wolves moving over here onto the left-hand side, getting close here. Let's have some throwing axes. I'm going to be maneuvering here into, getting some a little bit of damage down on the Dark Wolves. 60 models still left, of course, but a couple of invocations here will keep them nice and healthy and topped up. Over here on the right, it could be, some nice micro there, throwing axes in. Doggos could certainly catch here. Looks like they're not going to want to chase too hard. 95 speed though against 93 here. Oh, looks like there was a charge in here from the Centaurs with the throwing axes. They are actually going to be killing the Dire Wolves here. And it's like Dagda has unfortunately fallen to the trap with the Centaur throwing axes. They're going to be coming in, and it looks like just removing these doggos, and down they go. That's 1 threat down, 1 left to go. We do have 80 speed for the Varghols, only 40 armor. So you can certainly see some good value there, but we do have no level of healing here for the Centaur throwing axes. Losing 6 models, probably still not worth it for the trade. Probably still not worth it. We are going to rotate to the left-hand side of it. This is a nice rotate, and looks like we could hit the flank here a little bit later on. Doggo's moving through the pocket. We are going to get the Razorgore herds out. Razorgore herds do hit the Dire Wolves. It's going to be painful. They're not super fast though, but they do have 70 speeds. They're not super slow either. They'll be the same as Blood Knights, would you believe it? Pigs here, the same speed. Very interesting. But in the back here, we can see that we have some Crypt Horrors moving through. Relative speed. Oh, here we go. Gaze and Nagash down the pocket. What are we aiming for here? Gaze and Nagash just going to... Some is going to hit the Brass Balls, some's going to hit the Ungol Spears, and I think a little bit on the Chaos Spawn as well. Now, the nice thing, Chaos Spawn's unbreakable as well, so it is going to be a nice, meaty, armor-piercing output. It's going to be able to thump in the front line here. That's not going to be breakable, or at least too easily breakable. Now, what can we do here? Removing some of the terror here using the Varghols would be good. Actually, removing the Doggos is also going to be really good. If we can remove the Doggos, we have full mobility control here for the Beastmen. Now, of course, some of the best micro in the game will be coming from Void. He is certainly one of the better players we have currently, but so is Dagda. Dagda is no joke, very good with his build construction and knowledge of the game. Very, very strong player indeed. Look at that there. Just leaving a burning mark there from the gaze and the gash. Love to see it. We're going to get a little bit of healing here for the crit goals on the side. Just going to be getting healed here from Helmet Ghost. Vargol's going to be sitting, it looks like he's shooting into the zombies. Both sides going to be just a little bit too still at the moment. Tentacle throwing axes is going to be firing into the front line, and you're certainly going to favour that there for the Vampire Count player. Throwing axes into the front is not going to trade or the efficacy is not going to be too high for the VC. They're not going to get their value back for the throwing axes invested. Because, of course, here with the Centicores, once all the throwing axes are gone, they're just normal Centicore units. The stats are a little bit less than Centicores, I believe. I think I'll be spot on the same. I'm not actually too sure. I believe they're a little bit less than normal Centicores. So once those throwing axes are gone, that extra value that you put into them will be also gone for them as well. So if you're only throwing into units worth 100, and let's say the throwing axes are worth, say 200-300 of their value, then of course you're not going to be getting a good trade for the extra 300 cost you put in. Throwing axes are really trying to come for those doggos. Vampire Count is trying to come forward, but of course Beastmen are kiting away. It's a little bit difficult to say here because Void obviously can't constantly attack with the throwing axis. There is an animation which means that they can only throw every certain amount of period of time. And we have to decide how long that's going to be. So 9 seconds, so that's a 9-second window where you can't really fire, but we are going to be shooting with the Ungol Raiders in the front. Now, Ungol Raiders, fine, shoot zombies. That's kind of their best thing. They have 1 AP output and 12 base weapon damage per model, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so their arm piercing output is pretty damn garbage. 8 seconds on reload time as well. They're not so great. So, but the fact they can just shoot cheap chaff is where it's going to be ideal for them, I think. Numbers in the front line, 21 models left. Negative 44 leadership. That'll be those going down pretty soon here. It looks like they have rotated to a moderate level ground. Of course, this is going to be slightly downhill here. So Void has moderately given himself the high ground. And if anyone's seen Star Wars, you know just how advantageous that can be. Throwing axes come over the top here from the Centicores yet again into those doggos. Doggos just need to juke where and if they can. Throwing axes coming in, doggos need to run. Oh, those doggos got hit right in the face. Doggos need to come forward and then move back here a little bit. Just keep them ducking, diving. Just make sure you apply the 5 Ds here of dodgeball when you have the direwolves in. It looks like we have a scab scrape in the middle coming through on the Ungol Raiders. I actually think a scab scrape down this middle line here in the front line chaff might have been quite nice. Obviously, removing the range is obviously good, but of course you could have got a whole unit down here on the front. Zombies here going to be moving on to the Ungol Spearhead Shields. And the zombies here crumbling. Negative 43, 46 health left, and they go down. Throwing axes in the back, down to 3.9k health. How many volleys? 8, lots of ammunition left. Of course, we have lots of ammunition left here in the pocket from the Ungol Raiders. They're going to be shooting into those zombies here in the front, and as long as you're shooting the zombies, you're not too bothered, but of course that's where, unfortunately, they are actually going to get a lot of their value, because you want them shooting cheap chaff, because they're not going to do too much work here up against Crypt Horrors. Even with 30 armor, they don't have much armor piercing per model. Criticals is actually probably the best location, actually, I think, for value. That's where they're going to see the most, and that's an immediately going to be a movement there from them. Shooting zombies in the front line you really couldn't care less about, but Sternsman here coming forward, Civil Shield, they're certainly going to be able to soak up a lot of that damage that is incoming. A weeny bit of lag going on here. We'll come in here with the Gorse Cheese. The Grater should be available here with Torx the Brass Bull. He can certainly grate up some cheese here when needed. Pinning in could be coming in from the Chaos Spawn. Chaos Spawn going to whack into the front line. These bad boys, they are as horrible as they look, and they can certainly take apart infantry chaff. Not much armor on them, so of course here we do actually have the Sternsmen. They do count as large. Oh, in comes Torx. Torx here with his brass body going to be just slamming right into the head of Helmet Gorse, but he is going to be getting hit here by the Volgors from behind. In come the Crypt Horrors. They're going to be aiding, and looks like we're going to have a damage spell here in the middle. That could be a Traitorkin. Yep, Overcast Traitorkin in the pocket. That's going to be getting a lot of damage here in the middle. That's unfortunately a bit too much of a blob here from Dacta, meaning a lot of the units are going to get hurt here. Now, nice, good little scab scrape here down one of these lines. Can be really nice. Arrows coming over the top. Lag here is pretty exceptional. In come the dire walls. Dire walls need to get through here and then round the corner if they can. Looks like they're not going to be microed. Oh, microed relatively efficiently here. Nope, they're going to rear charge here and try and hit the Ungol spearhead shields. Looks like they are going to get away with it. Hey, Captain Morgan, how you doing? Yes, buddy, they're still going down, my friend. They're still going down. Rampaging down the bottom here. It looks like we have the Razorgore herds here up against some zombies. They'll actually looks like up against some skeletons, so they'll clear out there pretty quickly. We actually have some Chaos Spawn fighting up against some zombies, Crypticals, and also Crypt Horrors. In the middle, Taurox is going to be fighting here with that fire damage up against the double Vargulfs. So he's been a bit of a world of his own here as he has that fire damage that gives the extra 25% damage here up against the regenerating units. He also has those spears there for the anti-large as well that can really aid in the middle. Maybe try and see if we can hop on and maybe try and see if we can just target one of these. Could be quite nice. Balance of Power is actually going to be going into the favour here. I didn't change the name cards, god damn it. But it is going to be changing into the favour of the Vampire Counts. So shots in the front here, the Crypt Horrors are taking a pretty strong amount of damage. It's like Breakshaman of Death is in the back, ready for a couple of Spirit Leeches here. Shots coming over the top and into the front line. Crypt Horror is going to be struggling, and that is the problem here. That's why a couple of units of these Ungol Raiders actually are going to be getting some pretty decent value here by the end. Shooting Crypt Horrors and shooting cheap Skeletons, and trying to see if we can actually shoot some, maybe some of the Crypt Horrors after that. Can certainly rack up some value here. The Pockets is going to be pretty dangerous. Taurox is going to be taking a pretty hard punch here over time from Helmengorst. But another Traitorkin here going to be hitting at least 8 units, I think. Looks like that Vargulf is going to get away from it, so it should be about 7 units here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units going to get hit by Traitorkin. Is that Overcast? No, just a normal one here. Negative speed and good damage overall. Pushing in here using the Razorgore herds as well. Should be able to help really pin in this right-hand flank. Ungol Spears and Chaos Spawn are helping over here on the left. And this is, in the back though, it looks like we actually overextended here using the White King. White King has some pretty good melee defense, 48. Taurox does have 58 melee attack though, so we do have to be careful here. Certainly don't see the White King winning here, but at the same time, having him in the back, keeping the big boy busy, it's not a bad problem. Vargulfs in the middle, they're going to be fighting here up against the Razorgore herds. Razorgore herds are going to be pretty strong at this moment, but the Chaos Spawn are struggling. One Chaos Spawn, 2 left, 250 HP. In the middle here, Chaos Spawn as well, down to still 12 models, 5.k health. But we are going to be shooting here into Helmengorst. Helmengorst really needs to get a little bit more regen here in the pocket. Try and see if we can get a couple more summons to push in, and maybe try and see if we can push out these throwing axes. Axes down with 4 models left, and it's like 5 here as well. So 9 throwing axes in total. They're going to do some good work here in the middle. Throwing axes, I love watching those throwing axes coming over the top. They're going to be firing straight into the flank of Helmengorst. Helmengorst 45 armor, as well as the Necromancer as well. So really not heavily armoured here on the side of the VC. In the back, we are going to be smashing apart the White King. He is going to be getting broken here by Torx the Brass Bull. Big hits there from those double flaming axes. Going to be carving through the White King in his undead state. And he's certainly not going to be enjoying it. He is going to be crumbling here under the pressure. Negative 41 leadership, meaning he's going to die here pretty quickly. Balance of power here in the undead favour still. No, sorry, in the Beastmen favour still, but the undead haven't quite dropped too much yet. Sorry, I said undead first when I meant Beastmen. I'm so used to Void playing undead. I keep thinking it's Void, but it's not. In the back though, Brave Shaman, nice and healthy. Trying to get another Traitorkin here in the pocket if we can. In the back though, we still have some Razorgore herds, not being too efficient there in the back. They can certainly do with a couple more cycle charges here, if that's at all possible. Plus 15 leadership could help here on the charge. Throwing axes here still piling into Helmengorst. Helmengorst taking a lot of damage here from these throwing axes. Brave Shaman of Death is also going to move in, maybe trying to see him get a bit in combat, but the Chaos Spawn are starting to deplete here. We have a very healthy unit here on the right. 2 in the middle have gone, and 1 has gone completely. Well, it looks like we have 1 here, 390 health, 2 models left. And the one on the left, 7 models with 1.4k. Not looking great for them. Do all Chaos Spawn have poison? Oh, they do. Okay, all Chaos Spawn have poison. Didn't know that. For the Beastmen. To be fair, I've never used Chaos Spawn for Beastmen. Over here on the right, yeah, throwing axes in. Double Vargulfs could be painful though. Taurox is going to move in. Taurox can certainly bust the bread here of one of the Vargulfs. Moving on to try and hit one of the Vargulfs if he can. You can see that damage. You can see the grey swirls coming down. It's going to be that damage there for the Chaos Spawn over time. Torx is going to move in. Can he kill Helm and Gorst? If he can kill Helm and Gorst, that'll be a huge win here. Throwing axes over the top. He is in, but he is getting bullied here a little bit, is Torx the Brass Bull. Throwing axes, volleyed in as well from the Ungol Raiders, firing from all angles. Torx in, did a bit of damage, and got away again. We've run out of ammunition here for the throwing axes on the right-hand side and the middle as well, so no more of those AP axes are left. Just going to be a couple of volleys here from the Ungol Raiders in the back pockets. Some Ungol Spears back as well. Looks like 2 units on the left flank can move in. Some are in the middle as well. Fighting with still some Chaos Spawn. 216 health, 2 models, 7 models, 1.6. This bucket is looking pretty healthy though, I must admit. Balance of power coming back to the middle. And this is going to be a close game here. As you can see, we're pretty far into the game already. And for the long con, this is going to favour the VC for sure. Vargov's a healing. One is at his healing cap here, I believe. We just need to rotate here a little bit. Yeah, one at his healing cap. Oh, that's a... Oh, God, that's a lot of damage coming through there from the Ungol Raiders. One is going to be wavering. Traitor King going down as well. He is actually going to be at his healing cap, so he's going to be moving around. Nice work there from Dactyl to make sure that he stays alive, not getting shot too much here. Brass Bull, though, is looking pretty healthy. The more damage they take and the less they go after the Brass Bull, the harder it's going to get, I think, here. Bray Shaman just going to be holding. Nice Traitor King in the middle. He's certainly got a lot of value. 151 kills is absolutely disgusting. What else have we got here? So it looks like 0 kills to Bray Shaman to death. Perhaps not used here too much. Aspect of the Dread Knight was needed just in case we did see any ethereal units. But in comes the Brass Bull. Brass Bull's going to come for the weaker Vargolf, that's for sure. Vargolfs are going to punch back. It now comes down to RNGesus. RNGesus is certainly going to be favouring the Brass Bull, but we now have the healthy one in. He's going to be whapping here up against the Torx the Brass Bull. Brass Body hasn't been activated yet, but we are going to be waiting. He's going to get in, he is going to punch, and he is going to get out. If we can hit the Bray Shaman here, that could be good. Try and see if we can take down some of these single entity models. Try and see if we can kind of take back a little bit of that balance of power. How are we doing, Mr. Partially? I didn't even see what that said. But, well, welcome PE, guys. I imagine that's probably neck bet. We have hits going through here on Torx. Looks like we are going to rampage using the Razor Gore herds. It looks like we're going to be fully at our healing cap here for the vampire counts. Moving in with Torx as well. He's just going to be using his mass everywhere. I think one of the Vargolfs did go down here in the middle. The second one is still going to be fighting. Necromancer, so there is going to be some damage going on here. Brass Body means pretty much any punch that does come through is going to be negated quite strongly. But as you can see here, not looking too strong. Ammunition has been utilized here for the Ungol Raiders. Big hit coming back on the Vargolf. The Vargolf is pretty much the only thing that can take down Torx the Brass Bull. Brass Body's still online. I pretty wouldn't want to engage him with the Brass Body on. Brass Body makes him an absolute tank here in the middle. Coming back is going to be the Vargolf. He's going to get that leadership back here, so he's not going to be dying and losing that health. Can he get a couple of hits in though? How long does this Brass Body last? I think it's about 41 seconds. It feels like it's gone on for an absolute eternity here. Balance of power even. Still some damage over time here going on Torx. He's going to be losing health here over time. The longer he stays around Helm and Gorst. Everything's at his healing cap, so you don't really care now if you lose the Necromancer. Oh, big charge there. Big bad boy charge. We certainly need those melee stat increases here from Vigorous Mortis. And looks like here, with the Brass Body gone, some hits can come down on Torx. Charges in the rear here from the Centaur throwing axes. And that will be all she wrote here for the Vargolf. Vargolf going down will mean Torx will die as well. Torx is down to 1.3k health though. He is certainly struggling. If we can turn and burn here and take out the casters, this could be doable. This could be doable, but the problem is Torx can just finish off these casters in a matter of seconds. Looks like Lever Noctis going down for that increase to power and mana. But what's the melee defense? 49 melee defense for Helm and Gorst. If he decides to fight Helman, oh, that's a big hit. That's a big hit there on Helm and Gorst. Looks like here Torx 1.1k. He's taking damage over time. It just depends. Nah, that's GG's. Well played here. 2 massive hits coming through from Torx and a great finish from Mr. Void Lols. Excellent game between these two. An absolute fight of champions there. A really, really nice game. Let's update the scoreboard because I am a terrible caster. Mr. ODM Doctor. Mr. VM Void Lols. So, big Jobski here from the beginning. And of course here, Void still has his vampire counts in the pocket. Helmet Gorse, 2,577 damage value, 370 for the Necromancer, and 600 here from the White King. 57, 100, 53, as well as 28 and 88 for the Zombies. 350, 200 here for the Skeleton Warriors, with the Crypt Horrors coming in at 145 and 386. We did manage to get 1,000 here for the Stersman Graveguard, with 230 and 116 for the Direwolves, which also looks like 245 here for the Crypt Horrors, 392 and 176. 480 and 1.1 here for the Vargolfs, and would Blood Knights have been better here? I'm going to say no. I think Blood Knights would have got wrecked, I think, here up against Throwing Axes. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult. But yeah, GG's well played. Very well played indeed. Very well played. Yeah. Neither of these two enjoying that matchup. GG indeed. Yeah, that was a super close game. That was a super close game, guys. God damn, what a game. What a game. That was a tight one for sure. And so it looks like here, the main pick here for Dactyl, Wood Elves, Ban Brett, and Wood Elves. Oh, the map here should be Eschen. Is it Eschen? Yes, Eschen. What do you guys think of that game, though? Do you think that there's anything that Dactyl could have done to win that? Do you think there's anything he could have done to change it? What do you guys think? Was there anything he had in his power that he could have done that maybe might have altered the match there a little bit? So guys, yeah, we are going to be through here to the second semi-final. It's going to be 1-0 here to Void Lols. If you guys are enjoying this, I try not to say it too much, but if you are, please feel free to smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. What that does is it counts as an extra interaction here on the live stream. And what that does is usually goes, oh, that means people are interacting, they're enjoying the content. Or for the same time, if you don't enjoy it, also feel free to leave a dislike as well. But that means that YouTube will promote it more the more interactions it has. The more of you are watching, the more interactions, the wider it gets spread. So that's a good way to support me if you want to do that. And even furthermore, you can also subscribe as well. That would be very handy, as of course I'm trying to grow here for the new game. If I get 1,000 subscribers, I can become a partner with CA and YouTube. So I can earn a little bit for myself, and then also give you guys more constant content and bring you early access stuff as well. So that'd be really cool as well. You know, and then can start doing some more stuff, more early access stuff with some of the other content creators like a Rubber Duck of War, and start doing some stuff here with Turin, and try and get all of these early things in and around as well. So yeah, that'd be very handy if you guys were willing to do that. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, GG's. It looks like here we are going to be having Wood Elves and Greenskins. Now this is a difficult one. So who does this matchup favour? Is it Wood Elves or Greenskins? What do you think? Which side? Oh no, it looks like we are going to be changing to maybe... Oh, looks like we're going to be changing. I'm interested to know anyway. I thought we were going to play Greenskins, but I'll be very interested to know. I think Wood Elves do quite well in that matchup, to be fair. But it looks like one of you thinks that it's going to be... 3 of you think it's going to be Greenskins pretty heavily. Okay. It is a strange matchup, CJ. I can certainly agree with that. It is a strange matchup. Wood Elves against Greenskins. It is a bit build roulette, I must admit. I think if we're going to talk about Tomb King specifically, rather than Greenskins, if we're talking about Tomb Kings, in my opinion, do well up against all the elves. They do well. The hardest one I actually think they have is High Elves. I think it's actually their hardest matchup of all the three. Maybe people will disagree with me, but I've seen the most success from High Elves. I think it's the worst matchup for Wood Elves. Oh, do you think Tomb Kings is the worst matchup for Wood Elves? Really? More than Empire or Bretonia? Really, Pantelanard? I would think Bretonia is a pretty tough matchup, I would think. So, Wood Elves banned Brett and Wood Elves. Dacta clearly doesn't like the mirror, and Void is commonly known for doing the mirror in this matchup. In my opinion, it's 50-50 TK Wood Elves. Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think Tomb Kings are 50-50 against all the elves. Maybe High Elves take a pick, slightly. Oh, Greenskins. Greenskins is a tough matchup. Greenskins, I don't think it's their worst matchup. I think Bretonia is their worst matchup by a long shot. But Greenskins is tough, I think. Looks like Void's going to go Greenskins. Okay. So it still applies. 70% think of you, it's going to be Wood Elves. 83% think Greenskins. By the way, for anybody that is new here, perhaps, maybe, on here, I cannot see if you vote. I can only see what percentage of people do vote. I can't see who did it, and nobody else can either. So, it's just a percentage. So it's always good for me to know what you guys think. I'm always very interested to know. Yeah, if any of you guys that are new here, you don't know what I do, what I go on, we do actually, in the description, you can actually find my Discord. You better join there. You better see all the single player, multiplayer action I do, which includes, we have leagues, we have tournaments, we also, so like today, we have other tournaments as well. I have loads going on. And we're also going to be having lots more things coming forward. Obviously, these things do take time. I have quite a few special events planned before the end of Total Warhammer 2. I think I have at least 3 planned in my head. I just need to book them in with some spare time. I've got a pretty big commitment coming up soon, and it's either I'm all in on that commitment or I'm not doing it at all. And depending on if I'm going to do that or not will depend on what level of engagement I can have here on those special events. Because those special events aren't a small thing. They take a large amount of investment to make sure that they are planned and done properly. So, just need to see the future. I should know in the next couple of weeks. Brett is doable if you are good enough. Yep, I think any matchups is doable if you're good enough. Yeah, for sure. But yes, and then we've also got the short bid leagues. That's another big thing that I'm running here at the moment, which is for brand new players. So, if anybody here that does play in the community, and maybe you're new here to the Warhammer scene, so you might have played a lot of single player, and you're thinking, what can I do here to get into the scene where I'm not playing up against Dacta, Void, Pantelanard, or Riffle Shuffle in the beginning of every tournament? What can I do? I'd like to play against some other players at my quality. What can I do? Well, there's 2 things you can do. The first one, you can come join my short bid league. You'll play against me or the admin team, and then we'll put you in at one of the levels. We have 5 different gradings that all go up through the RORs of the dwarfs. So we have the Urkra Miners, we have the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. We also have the, I think we have the Grumbling Guard, the Peakgate Guard, and the Norgrimling Ironbreakers. So you work your way up from the Miners all the way up to the Ironbreakers, and you try and play against tougher and tougher opponents as you go through. And it gives you best of 3 practice that mirrors the WWC, which is probably the biggest tournament here in Warhammer. Where the Warhammer World Championships, where you'll join groups with other people, you'll play your best of 3s, and you try and get through to the next stages. And then within that, we'll also have our short bid league. Our short bid tournaments, which is at the end of every league, we play a tournament, so you get tournament experience, league experience. And if that's still not enough for you, we also have Inticity's Ladder. So on top of Inticity's Ladder, we're going to be working into new things. I don't know what I can and can't say right now, but I think there's going to be some level of ELO system. So if you go in, you play a couple of games, and you go, I lost a couple, and I don't want to keep playing as the best players, that's fine. What happens is you'll be playing and you'll get ranked in a certain tier after a couple of games. And what that will work as, so let's say you go down a couple, you go into bronze. It means if you're in bronze, you're not going to play up in it that's like gold or platinum or above or masters. You're not going to be playing the top level players, you'll play other players in your remit. So you can hopefully get some good games there on the ladder. And the ladder will be very soon going onto my Discord, so you guys can find some games through there as well. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope there's some good stuff for you guys to pick out there and have some fun with. Pantalamard. Hi, Fanta, and congrats. A good chance you have to change your name soon. Yes, 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 sir. I think Pantalamard certainly needs to be changed here. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll finish that, and we have a vote to do. We have a big vote here with Pantalamard, otherwise known as Fanta Lemonade, as his alter ego. We need to know. We need to have an answer for this big question. This is one of the biggest questions in Warhammer that's asked all the time. Good morning. How are we doing, Mr. Down Under Blunder? Voting doesn't work. He has to earn it. Well, this is the question, ladies and gentlemen. This is the question. The question is, how is it going to be earned? So some people say yes right now. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking. Does he have to change it right this second? Does he have to become his alter ego? Maybe depending. If you put maybe depending, I want to know why, and I want to know how. So one offer was, for example, if he wins any of my Battlemania seasons, he actually becomes Fanta Lemonade. If it's yes, then yes, he will change it. Yes right now means we'll see if we can get that done. Or, I don't know. I just think Fanta Lemonade is a guy that... we want to see. It's looking like the majority are saying yes right now, Mr. Pantalanard. I looks like people are spawning in. Lovely. Alright, a nice quick load in here. So for game 2 of 3 between ODM Dacta and VM Avoid Lols. Here, the Death Creepers in the back. Regeneration and, of course, Stalk. They're going to be alongside some Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Mixing with the Night Goblins here, the ROR. With some more of those Goblin Wolf Riders and some Spider Riders as well. So quite the skirmish core here. Quite a few of the Spider Riders here. Is that some normal, just normal Goblin Wolf Riders? In the back, we are going to have the Goblin Rock Lobber. Some archers here in the back with some Goblin Wolf Rider archers as well. And also in the front, some Stone Trolls. We see some fellows Gobbos, the Orc Boys, Orc Boy Biggins, Orc Boy Biggins, Orc Boys, Gobbos, Orc Boys, and some Orc Boys here with some Biggins in the back as well. Foot choice for the Lord, we are going to have Wurzak here with Effigy of Degit, with Edbutt, Brainbuster, Gaze of Gork, the Bonewood Staff, and of course, Power of Dewar. So, this is a build. I like it. In the front here, we are going to have a unit of the Hawk Eyes of Jakira. Now, these are very nice, and the reason why is this little sneaky ability here, Discourage. They have armor-piercing shots, Discourage as well. So what that means is when they hit any unit, negative 16 leadership. Goddamn huge against the Greenskins for sure. So they'll get negative 5 from being under missile fire, and then negative 16, so that's negative 21. So if they do shoot here, anywhere near up against those, where are they? I can't see where the Stone Trolls are, but they shoot the Stone Trolls, they'll take down half their leadership in one volley. Exceptional. Dryads in the front, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Dryads. Good fear, they can certainly aid as well. Starfire Shafts in the back, good at dealing with armor piercing and fire damage up against regenerating units. Eternal Guard as well, mixing in with some more Starfire Shafts, Starfire Shafts, Starfire Shafts. Very good. Glaive Riders in the back, some more Eternal Guard as well. Very wide force here with the Lord, which is Drycha. So Drycha is pretty cool. I do like Drycha indeed. Not quite Durfu, but still, she comes in here with her summon, and it looks like a few more items. So we're having Enfeebling Foe, as well as the Pendulum, and of course, Roused to Wrath. Rotating over here to the left-hand side, over here is going to be the Death Creepers, as well as some Goblin Wolfrider Archers. Shots coming over the top, they're going to miss there just a little bit, but keeping them at bay is going to be the 170 range here from the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. Certainly want to get these Hawkeyes of Jakira busy. Now, where are those sneaky Stone Trolls? There they are, in the back. That's what we want to aim for. If we can hit those, glorious. Get the Starfire Shafts on, armor piercing, and hit that regeneration point for the extra 25% damage, and see if we can get the Hawkeyes in for that negative leadership as well. This build that's used in the faction war, I believe. Yeah, it's a strong build. It's certainly a strong build. It's good up against any regenerating factions. Mr. Zypher, how we doing? Online here, ready to play. On the side here, looks like we're going to be moving around here with the Goblin Wolfrider Archers and the Spider Arrows as well. 100 meters of range, which means they're going to be slightly just out of range. They might be able to get a sneaky volley in and get away here, because it looks like the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts are going to have to turn and burn as well. So big fires in the front here up against the Orc Biggins. They do have 50 armor. Leadership is okay. It's not great. I think it's in the 60s. But it's like here, Brainbuster in the middle. Just going to do a little bit of damage against the Hawkeyes. Not too much here. They can fire whilst moving, so lots of damage here against these Orc boys. Let's try to see if we find some more. Yeah, it's all Biggins on the left as well. Good armor piercing shots coming through. And the front line's certainly getting deleted here. It's certainly going to be struggling. Kiting back is going to be the Dryads. They're going to be running away here just a little bit. That's what they have forced the engagement here of the Orc boys. But it doesn't look like the Starfire Shafts on the flank here are going to be hitting pretty hard here for the Goblin Wolfrider Archers and the Spider Riders as well. Mr. Matt Shield, welcome. Spider Riders in the back going to be getting pushed out by the Glade Guard Spears, just to make sure they can't get into the pocket here and start shutting down these Starfire Shafts. Gobbos around the flank. Certainly want to be moving in some of these Spider Riders, see if we can deal with those Gobbos, or maybe try and see if we can get in with some of the Eternal Guards as well. Looks like the Forest Goblin Spiders trying to come downhill, get that downhill charge here on the Glade Rider Spears. If it's all possible, poison makes them very sticky indeed, makes them quite painful to deal with. Wurzag in the back, he's taking quite a bit of damage here. Try and see if we can get the Hawkeyes over in this direction. Shots in the front, looks like we are going to be raking the Orc boys as well. Fire in the middle here from the Hawkeyes. They're certainly going to be targeting the Stone Trolls. In the back, though, looks like we have the Goblin Wolfrider Archers and the Spider Riders here. They are going to be kiting and shooting here in the front. Some lovely damage here in the middle. And it looks like another Brainbuster here. Lots of damage on the Hawkeyes this time. Going to be going down to 29 models here. That's some really nice work in the middle. That's 1.5k down the toilet here. Nice around from the Greenskins as well. The cavalry has nowhere to go. I can't see the cavalry just pushing out here. He's giving away too much room. Summon here, Roused to Wrath going down, the Malevolent Dryads here. Should be able to hold back the Night Goblins. And it looks like here, the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts are going to be in as well, fighting up against the Orc boys. Shots in the back here from the 4 units of Skirmish Cavalry. But on the sides here, we are going to have Eternal Guards fighting here up against Goblins. And it looks like the Glade Rider Spears is going to be in combat up against the Orc Biggins. The Pendulum here in the middle is going to be actually moving through the entirety of the Orc boy force. Should be able to break here, hopefully negative 43 leadership. That could even be a shatter there if you're not careful. The Glade Guard Starfire Shafts getting shots here in the middle by some more Skirmish Cavalry. And looks like it's going to be a nice headbutt here in the middle. That headbutt is gorgeous. That's going to be lots of damage there in the middle. And the nice collapse means that unfortunately the Greenskins are just going to be entirely on top of each other. Death Creepers in, Brainbuster again. And this is starting to look really dangerous for the Wood Elves. Really dangerous indeed. Eternal Guard here, Dryads coming back into the pocket. War does go down. War is perfectly timed here. I think you've got the force around. There's not too many ways that we can leave here with the Wood Elves. Starfire Shafts are going to be shooting here. Stone Trolls can now come in once the remainder of the forces have started being broken. But these Stone Trolls are now going to start really whacking here in the middle pocket. Starfire Shafts moving forward. And in come the boys. The boys are going to be slamming here. Look at the way he's lofted that big hammer as he smashes through into the middle. Those Stone Trolls getting in and certainly going to cause terror here in the middle. In the back here, the Hawkeyes of Jakira are going to get caught up here by the Goblin Wolfrider Archers. They're certainly going to get smashed in the rear, and yeah, they're going to break here if you're not too careful. 13 leadership, they are going to be holding. Caught in the back here. The Goblin Forest Spider Riders here with the poison tip spears are going to be getting on top here. Effigy to get as well. Looks like they're trying to break the Spear Riders in the back. And it's looking pretty dire here. Balance of power pretty high in the greenskin favour. You have Drycha in the middle here fighting against Orc Boys and Orc Boy Biggins with their anti-large. Or sorry, should I say bonus first large and bigger and Arder. In the back here, it looks like we do actually have some Glaive Rider Spears coming back, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late from there. Starfire Shaft shooting here up against the Stone Trolls. Hawkeyes of Jakira have been broken as well. It's not looking good. It's not looking good from a Wood Elf point of view, but the Greenskins have certainly done what they set out to do. They've come in, they've completely crumped all sides, and they pushed in the pocket and really broke it down. Some nice movement here, some nice mobility from the Greenskins. Well used here, and some good patience with the cavalry. Death Creeper is going to be regenerating here in the back as well, which is also quite painful. 17 models left, still going to be healing. Brainbuster here in the middle, really trying to get on top of the Eternal Guards. Eternal Guards do have the high ground here, up against the Orc Biggins, so it's never going to be favoured for them. But here in the middle, we do have a pocket of resistance. So Starfire Shafts are going to get charged in the flank here by the Spider Riders. They are going to get met here, though, by the Dryads and the Eternal Guards. Maybe a rear charge here from the lady herself. Notice the Spider Riders are going to get away. They're going to scuttle here back to the edges of the battlefield. We're just going to stab them, and we're just going to run away like nothing happened. So over here in the back, we can see some Dryads and some Glade Guard trying to see if they can clean up crew here with the back of the Goblin Rock Lobber. Starfire Shafts back online. So we get some of those fire into the middle here. Maybe try and see if we can shoot perhaps the Goblin Spider Riders. Try and see if we can get rid of that cavalry here. Spider Riders still shooting. Also, the Goblin Wolf Riders aren't going to be wavering when close to combat. Gobos are in. The little Wars themselves are going to be chasing here, trying to see if they get their pokey spears in. Look at these little guys. Going to try and see if they get their pokey pokes in and take down these Eternal Guard. Pretty healthy here in the back is going to be Wisehag himself. Just chilling around here with a bucket load of the Night Goblins and just a lot of the Green Boys here in the back. The pocket resistance is going to be holding now, but I think it's a little bit too late. Very healthy Gobos in the middle. So they're going to be trying to break the Goblins here as well. And the downhill charge coming from the Orc Biggins should be able to slam apart the Eternal Guards. Fire Arrows going to be shooting the top up against the Goblin Wolf Riders. Not too much armor for them, but they are going to get the downhill speed bonus. 92 speed should give them some pretty good and decent charge. They're going to hit pretty hard here into the Starfire Shafts. Do some nice work. Goblins in as well to clean up crew after the negatives to leadership. And we could be breaking the Wolf Riders. Yep, they are going to get broken here. Eternal Guards are going to help in the push. Negative 21 leadership. But we could be seeing them going off. Stone Trolls have been a little bit idle here in the back. But pretty much at this point, I don't think it matters too much. Glade Guard have been broken. Some of the more Spider Riders are coming back into the fixture. And it looks like here we have broken with the Starfire Shafts. That's going to be the range gone. There's just going to be 2 Dryads, Drycha, and some Eternal Guard here to hold back for the Elves. In the backside, some Orc Boys. A couple units here are going to be mixing in. It's going to be Drycha versus the World. She's going to be getting shot here, but she's going to be fighting up against the boys. The boys do have enfeebling foe, so she's going to be taking them apart pretty quickly. A nice Brainbuster here in the middle is actually probably going to break both units of Dryads. Balance of power coming very close to Army Lost Territory. We still have quite a bit of ammunition here left for the Death Creepers. 20 missile strength with poison. Very handy indeed. In come the Orc Biggins. Orc Biggins are certainly going to start cleaving here. You don't need much armor piercing to take down Drycha. And there we go. Big job ski in. I know. Sisters are still the best legendary lore for Wood Elves. Yeah, I could agree with that. 143 here, 1,000 for Drycha. We've got 350, 170, 560, and 153 here for the Eternal Guards. And 240, 420, 430, 500, and 170 for the Dryads. I like the wide front line, very good, and I do think the Hawkeyes of Jakira are a nice pick. That's like 480, 350, 390, and 255 for the Eternal Guards, with 509 for the Hawkeyes of Jakira. It's kind of painful. So it looks like here we are going to have 385 here for the Glade Rider Spears, 340, 430, and 13 here for the Spears. I'm going to have to quickly message here, unfortunately. What day is it tomorrow? We'll have to see how that goes. I don't know if I can do that, if I'm honest, but we'll have to see. So, looks like here for Void, 1.6k here for Wurzag. We've got 270, 185 here for the Gobos. No, sorry, 185 here. Oh, 220 and 270, 185 and 280 for the Orc Boys, with 370 and 530 here as well. We've got 140 for the 8-peak Loonies, with 977, 300 as well, with 650 and 740. 630 and 200 for the Forest Government Spider Riders, with 750 and 500 here for the Goblin Wolfrider Archers, 530 and 480 here for the Death Creepers, 400 for the Stone Trolls, and 830 here for the Goblin Brock Lobber. Yes, very nice indeed. So, looks like there it is going to be 2-0 to Mr. VM Loy, Mr. VM Void Lols. We'll get that on. Just a quick discussion, guys. This will be a best of 5 in theory for the next round, but apparently both of the guys, I don't know if they can play. Looks like both have left. Sorry guys, just bear with me, we're trying to work it out. I think that, I don't know if the guys can play, which is going to be a bit of a shame here, unfortunately. So it looks like they can't be. Looks like I don't think that. Okay, it looks like they can't play. Do apologise, guys. We're just trying to work out what to do here. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? I mean, Riffle Shuffle says he wants to sleep, and we could do a best of yeah. Void has his... Yeah, so the problem is Void's got to play tomorrow in Ducky's final, and Riffleshoffer says he can't play now because it's really late for him. Yeah, I don't know. All right, do apologise, guys. Yeah, I could ask Riffle Shuffle if he wants Pantelinard. I don't care, you decide, but tomorrow I have the final with Duck. I don't know if I can do it before Ducky's stream. I don't know when Ducky's starting. Sorry guys, I know this is not, you don't want to sit here watching me type to 6 people at the same time. Give me a second. Right, give me a second guys, apologies for the wait. Fanta vs Dacta, let's go. Yeah, I mean, let me see, well, Dacta seems to be having internet problems, I think. Pantelinard, be on standby. Be on standby. I'm going to be right back in just a second. I'm just going to go work out, because I don't want this to screw over Ducky tomorrow as well. So let me go have a chat with him. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Right, let's... oh, you guys can't see me, I don't think. Can you see me now? Can anybody hear me? What's going on? All right, let's have a look. Yo. You're on live stream, say hello.
Oh, quack. Quack, quack. Is that on camera as well?
Yeah, camera's on.
It's my duck mating dance.
Can you play best of 7 starting at 60? We might have to define them tomorrow at 1600. Oh, Riffle Shuffle can play. GMT +1.
What's the final for?
For this tournament, for being my champion.
Oh, well, they can't finish it today.
No, Riffle Shuffle says he needs to go to bed now.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Well, it starts at 6:30 tomorrow.
Okay, well, if we start at 4, we should be able to finish in
Your chat
time.
better be there. I'm gonna be super annoyed with them.
Huh?
I said your chat better be there.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, enjoy.
Alright, mate.
I'm just gonna come over here and say who's in chat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's Dacta in here and Cat Morgan.
Yeah, Mr. Muckluck, Void,
Gang.
Fanta Lemonade.
I like it. I like it.
Oh yeah, we have a question up here. Should Pantalona become Fanta Lemonade? And the answer is yes right now.
Yeah, it's been said. It's been said.
Been quoted by the people. Been quoted by the people, therefore it must happen.
Alright, enjoy the stream, man.
Cheers, mate. I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Finish at what, 11, yeah?
Yeah. I'll be ready to go for that.
Cool. What time are you home in the evening tomorrow? Alright, Pantelinard, be ready. Be ready. Just in case. I think I'm going to need you. Just get in here. Mr. Fanta Lemonade, just in case. Where are you? Where are you? I cannot see you. Where are you? Somebody get me Mr. Fanta Lemonade. Okay. In place of Riffle. And it looks like Void can't play them. Pantalinard, join up. Pantalinard, you're going to be playing. Alright, the final has been decided. Alright, it has been decided. We now have Pantalinard in the final, representing Riffle Shuffle, to try and see if he can beat the boy himself. Pantalinard. Alright, Pantalinard, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You win this, you're my champion. That's it. Sorry, Visual Shuffle, you played excellently today. I'm sure there'll be some level of conversation there. But Dan, a slave, I mean admin. You behave yourself. You behave yourself. Alright. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be finishing it off here. Let's get the maps up. Apologies for the wait, guys. I know that's... Obviously, this is not the final that we that was scripted, but of course, this is what we got now. So, I'm very excited to see Phantom Lemonade come in and do all the big stuff. I can't believe we're not friends, Mr. Phantom Lemonade. Let me add you up just in case. Welcome to the final. Void to start. Alright, so we'll start the best of 5 from here, guys. Yeah, sorry to... obviously, we start at 5:30, so... Man, brain needs to brain right now. I know. Alright, so Pantalanarda's in. We're going to have Pantalanard up against Mr. Void. Lol. So let's get it going. Obviously, of course, that is the problem with time zones, unfortunately. I tried to start early enough where we could all get the best of 1s in. That's why I do the best of 1s, so we can try and get through to the finals and have a good final stream with the best of 3 and the best of 5. But, of course, sometimes, you know, it does take its toll, it does take its time, sadly. So I do apologise for that. I do try my best to make sure it fits around you guys the best we can. We try and get the most of Europe in as well. Try and get the American scene and the Russian as well. And hope try and see if we get a couple of guys from Asia as well. And I try to get as many people as I possibly can in. So sorry that it does sometimes fall down that way as well. Fanta Lemonade, welcome to the final. You have made it. Can you be crowned king, though, is the question. I think so. Anything is possible here in the finals. Anything is possible. Alright, so. Got a couple of ats here. Let me still check I'm not behind or anything. Sweet. Fantastic. Awesome. Tim Wood, how we doing? Blood for the Blood God. How we doing, Mr. Tim Wood? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. You're going to be actually joining us for the final here with Pantelanard up against Mr. Void Lols. So Beastmen, Ban Vampire Counts, and Lizardmen, and pick Beastmen. So Beastmen mirror here in the first game on Outdorf Outskirts here on the lands of the Empire. Yeah, it should be an interesting one. How does this matchup go? I really do not know. Could certainly see Tauros coming on both sides. Could certainly see some level of Gorgon, perhaps. I think Gorgon has certainly wavered itself out a little bit. Chariots, I think. A couple of Tuscals. Maybe see a Bray Shaman. Maybe some throwing axes. Definitely going to see some doggos, that's for sure. It'll be interesting to see what we see here, actually. Brady, how are we? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. I said Tom, did I not? If I said Tim, I do apologise. I'm pretty sure I said Tom, but maybe I said Tim. If I did, I do apologise. I didn't mean to. How dare you? I am Tom. I do apologise. How you doing, Brady? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Oh, terrible. I know. How dare I not sleep and get people's names wrong? I know. I'm terrible. Right, so what are we kind of expecting here from a very high competitive level? So what we're expecting here is a good level of chaff, which we can certainly cycle in and out using chariots, centaurs, Maybe even see some Razor Gores as well in here with some of that armor-piercing punch that we're going to need. You're going to definitely see some heavily armored units as well. So we're probably going to see... Because someone that's quite difficult to deal with if you haven't prepared correctly is someone like Torx the Brass Ball. We do have AP that is available here in the Beastmen roster, but it is put in some weird places, that's for sure. This could certainly be an interesting matchup. I think this could be a defining matchup as well. Both of these strong Beastman players, of course here, Void Lols being a VM main, and Beastmen, Vampire Council is normally a good common counterpick to that, so... Did I say Tim? Oh, I do apologise. Sorry, Tom. I do apologise. Oh. It's fair to say I am tired. It is fair to say. I don't know what it was last night. I don't know if you guys ever have this, but like you sleep a good amount of hours, and you wake up and you're just groggy, and you're not there. Like, I'm not here right now. Let the blood flow. Well, I'm almost not aware this game has multiplayer. Interested to see a bit. Yeah, it should be good fun. Multiplayer is super fun, and it's on a very different level as well. So I assume you guys may be a little bit from the single player scene. Multiplayer is it's a very different kettle of fish. So I'll explain. So Chaos Spawn in the front line. Good unbreakable units here. Poison as well from the Beastman side. Double Pharmaceuticals in the sky here. Now, not very often seen in single player, but multiplayer, very good, cheap terror. And, of course, fast with that 85 speed. And, of course, they can fly so they can pick their targets. Poison Warhounds in the back for the slowing. And, looks like here we are going to have some more Chaos Warhounds mixing in with some Centaurs and some Ungor Raiders. So, looks like Void's gone for the push approach. He's going to be coming here with a cheap front line. Also coming with the Gorok Man Rippers. We will be having Morga the Shadow Gave here with the Stave of Ruinous Corruption, the Spirit Essence of Chaos, and it looks like that regen. Gork's Man Rippers are very nice indeed. Good models here, anti-large and armor piercing. Pretty decent armor and melee defense as well, 42 there. Not too bad. In the trees here, looks like for Void, yeah, just going to put those Warhounds in. So Bratian and Wild in the front there for Void. He will be having Traitorkin, and it looks like the Brace Scream. Now, here for the blue side, we are going to have the Ungor Spears in the front, of course, mixing in with some Gorehare Shields. And here we go, the big boy himself, Torx the Brass Ball. The man himself, very strong. 130 armor here with the brass body, as well as Slaughter's Call and Blood Greed. Mixing in the back here on top of a Tuskor Chariot is the Brave Shaman of Wild. Here with the Jagged Dagger, it looks like Traitorkin and Brace Scream. Ungor Raiders in the back here, a couple of units. Two of the Ferromantigors, some Tuskor Chariots as well, with the Centaurs on the flanks in the trees here. We're now going to see another unit of Tuskors, some more Centaurs, and some Ungor Spears as well. So this is going to become the battle of infantry attrition. Lose your infantry first, and you're really going to struggle here to cycle in and out your Centaurs. In the front, it looks like we are going to get an immediate Traitorkin here going on 2 units of the Centaurs. 2 of them throwing axes here, and also going to catch the Spearmen as well. And a lot of things you will see here in the single player that's different to multiplayer is that you'll normally see a lot of elite units. You'll see a lot of Gorok's Marauder Horsemen. You'll see a lot of the Bestigal Herds. You won't see that here because they're just way too expensive and too cost inefficient. Whilst units such as the Gorehare Shields are very cost efficient here in the multiplayer scene. Chaos Spawn coming forward. Now they are unbreakable. They do have very low armor, but of course if they do get in the front line, they're not going to be terror routed. They're going to stick right to the very last model, and they have some pretty good weapon strength, but they are going to get shot here by the Ungor Raiders. Only 10 armor is really not going to aid them here in the front line too much, and armor piercing is not high for the Ungor Raiders. Looks like a spawn in the back here. Looks like we are going to be getting in with some of those Chaos Spawns from Morga. There we go, one summoned in the back, so we should be able to recharge here against the Gore Herds and really start punching through this middle line, and we get onto the back of the Ungor Raiders. Retreating is going to be the Centaur throwing axis. They are going to be losing in combat. And fighting here in the middle is going to be the Chaos Spawn. Ferromanticles in, aiding alongside the big boy himself. Morga is fighting with his Brave Shaman on top of a Tuskor Chariot. In come the double manticles here to try and see if we can break them. And it looks like we are going to get an overcasted Traitorkin in the pocket. That's going to hit quite a few units here and do some really... Look at the damage on the Chaos Spawn. God damn it, this Chaos Spawn is getting deleted. That's some really nice work there in the middle. As we see here, some more Chaos Spawn moving through here. They're actually going to be smashing the line of Ungor Raiders. But I think they're going to try and get on the back here and try and see if they can start shutting down some more units here in the pocket. 2 units of the Centaurs are going to be fighting here up against the Brave Shaman Wild. 2 Chaos Spawn in, as well as the Manticore there for that Terror. Trying to see if we can push off certain units. Terrified here is going to be some of the Centaurs, so they are going to start to get moved. But over here on the left, it's going to be a bit of a hold and maybe a bit of a win here from the Blue and Pantelanard. On the right, moving in with another unit of the Chaos Spawn Summon. The second one here that is random, it will be moving in to try and see if they can fight. It's going to be Taurox up against Morga here. Now, he does have the Flaming Axes. That's an extra 25% damage here up against that regeneration, which means their output can be a lot greater. But when fighting up against a Ferromanticore as well, it looks like he's going to be taking some chunks from behind as well. Both are in. One of the Ferromanticores from Pantelanard is going to be fighting here up against Morga. And Morga here is exceptionally tanky, but of course Taurox has a great damage output. Whilst fighting up against the Gorks Man Rippers, they will be able to punch back as well. So here with the Ferromanticore, whilst fighting with the Gorks Man Rippers, it is going to be pretty dangerous here in the middle. Here over, we have the Bray Shaman on Bray Shaman Violence. One's going to be winning, the second one is not going to be quite as healthy. But in the back here, we are going to be pushing with the Goreherd Shields. Getting into the back here, if we can move just a little bit, there we go. Moving the back with the Goreherds, going to be chasing off the Ungor Raiders with some spears as well. But of course, they do need the aid here in the middle. Rear charge there from the Bray Shaman up against the Bray Shaman. And in the middle here, unfortunately, Taurox the Brass Bull is going to be struggling here up against Morga. He's now going to be fighting up against the Gorks Man Rippers. And looks like, oh, that's a really nice Bray Scream there up against 2 units of the cheap Ungor Spearheads. As we can see, Taurox the Brass Bull is really going to be struggling here. Ferromanticores, he certainly needs to prioritize those if he can. They're going to be rampaging and fighting here in combat. Chaos Spawn in the back as well. Not known for their AP, but they certainly have a good amount of it here as well. So 40 armor piercing output per model. There's not many models, the output is not too great, but you're certainly going to be seeing something in the range of about 480. Manticores are going to break, so the Gorks Man Rippers, and in comes here the big boy himself. Nothing to aid, he should be able to slam apart the Bray Shaman of Wild here, as he also tries to fight up against Morga. The bad boy does have 130 armor, and the Brass Body as well to assist. That gives him plus 24 melee defense, and the 40% damage resistance. As he's going to fight here, Morgan Shadow gave 2.8k health, Bray Shaman as well, 1.9, and it looks like here we do actually have the bad boy himself at 1.4. One of the Ferromanticores for Pantelanard is going to be broken here, negative 24 leadership. He's more than likely not going to be coming back here for the remainder of this battle. To in come the Chaos Spawn. They certainly have good damage output over time. Oh, and another Manticore in here from Pantelanard. Pantelanard can certainly help fight here up against the Bray Shamans. One Bray Shaman is going to get chased here by the Bray Shaman of Wild and the Ferromanticore. I want to get this Ferromanticore back in. He needs to be fighting as much here up against Morga as he can. Trying to take him down. If we do actually take down Morga here, that would be a huge win for the blue side. Another Ferromanticore is coming in for the snipe. Can he hit here? He does get a good successful hit here on the Manticore. Manticore Violence. Another swoop that actually misses. Looks like it's going to come after. And it looks like here we do actually have Taurox Brass Body going down. Damage resistance and melee defense. And the Ferromanticore's only 40 melee attacks. So they could struggle here up against the 71 melee defense here of Taurox the Brass Bull. Getting punched around here as Morga the Shadow gave. If we can actually clear out these Manticores, one of them at full health, it could be very strong indeed. 644 here for Taurox, getting pushed further and further into the trees here. Charges from the Centaurs are going to pile in, and it all comes down to this big blob. As we can see, rampaging 2 of them here. One of the Manticores is getting absolutely thumped by something. I assume it's Taurox the Brass Bull. 540 health left for him. Morga does break here. 476 health left for him, and where is that caster? We need him back in ASAP. So it looks like here from Void Lulls that Manticore is gone. I don't think we'll see it back here, unfortunately. Where's the big boy himself? Bray Shaman back in from Pantelanard. Could we get an overcasted the Traitorkin in here? If we get a nice overcasted Traitorkin, that could be a dubski here. 350 health here for Taurox. If he gets some big hitting rolls here, he could certainly thump apart the Ferromanticore. Big hit, and he breaks the Manticore. Very nice. Another charge in coming from Pantelanard as well. If he can chase off, this could be very, very good work. Shots coming in for the Ungor Raiders. It looks like here on the outskirts, we're still going to be having that Ferromanticore from Pantelanard. He's an absolute hero on 32 leadership. Looks like we have shattered that Ferromanticore. So it looks like we are going to be losing him. Taurox down to 320 health. And it looks like a charge coming in for the Centaurs here as well. So need to get some infantry forward. We're certainly going to be doing that. And that's going to stop here from the Centaurs from pushing in. We need to keep Taurox alive as much as possible. Cycling through here with the Bray Shaman up against the Goroks. There we go, some brilliant cycle charging here, straight through this infantry. Very nice work there. The Ungor Spearmen going to be helping here, trying to pull in and out as well. And this is looking like it's going to be a win here for the man from ODM. He's going to be coming in with Taurox the Brass Bull, 270 HP left. -3 leadership, we can certainly get pushed off here using the Centaurs. And in the back, it looks like the Ungor Spurs could help. They certainly need to get in as quickly as possible and see if they can take this charge. This could be a defining moment. Are they going to get in for the charge? Looks like they are going to get in for the charge. Lovely blockade there for Torrox the Brass Bull. They are going to instantly shatter the Centaurs. Fantastic work there in the middle. This is such a close game here between these two legends. It looks like Torrox is going to come back. He's going to start going into the woods. And we need to screen here using the spear herds. Incoming with the Tentacles as well for that added speed. Try and see if we can aid in the remainder of this removal. But where is the Lord? Over here. It looks like there's going to be the Lord over here. In the trees here, shattered. It's going to be Morga, the Shadowglaive. He's not quite gone off yet. That's quite irritating. He should be going off immediately. It's a little bit bugged here in the trees, unfortunately. It means you're not going to get that negative leadership here for the boys in red. This is a really interesting bug. Why is he not going off? I don't know why he's not going off, but that's actually going to really give a strong favour here to the team in red, because you're going to maintain that leadership. If he does break and go off, that's negative 16 leadership, which is huge. Quite a few of these here are going to be on, as you can see there, 26. Some of the back here. Yeah, that could really do a lot of damage here. Looks like here the Gore herds with shields could be fighting up. They should batter apart the Ungor Spearmen. Very close here in these later stages. He's still going to be online. What is he doing? I don't know why he's cycling around in the forest, but this is certainly favouring the Beastmen in the red. Goroks here going to be fighting up against the Ferromanticore. Should be able to Terrify here. They have Terrified. Nice work. That is going to break them there. And they should be able to get killed here, hopefully. 580 health left for them. Balance of power heavily shifting now into the favour. He's not gone off yet. I don't understand it. I don't understand. The game, they need to fix that hard, because that's a big mistake. Because obviously they can't see him there in the trees. Centaurs here as well. Looks like they are actually going to shatter here. And VM Void Lulls is going to pull out. Awesome stuff. I do not play any multiplayer in any game at all. Well, this may be the place for you to start, guys. So for you, Mr. Tom Woods and Mr. Brady, I actually do hold the Short Bid tournament, which is actually designed for brand new players specifically like yourselves. So that means you get put in, you'll play against myself, all the other admins here, and you'll essentially you'll get put in a league with only other new players, and some in the Short Bid league are brand new, just like yourself. So if you did want to come give it a try, I think that might be the place for you guys. So, for Torrox the Brass Bull, 2,368 damage value there. That's going to be out of 12.4k. 1,880 for the Brave Shaman of Wild as well. Some really nice work. 260 and 400 for the Ungor Spearheads. 513 for the Shields. 210 and 450. 166 kills for 680 here for the Goreherd Shields, with 322 and 196 for the Ungor Raiders. 575 with 740 here for the Centaurs, 418 and 950 here for the Tuskor Chariots. 127 and 81 here for the Centaur Throwing Axes, but 580 and 812 for the Ferromanticores. So for Void here, just coming just second there. Like a really close game between these two. 440 for Morga the Shadowglaive, with 1.7 here for the Brave Shaman of Wild. 60, 150, 300 and 500 here for the front line, with 1.7 for the Gorox Man Rippers. 86, 150 with 818 for the Centaurs and 766 with 300, 200 and 128 for the Chaos Warhound Poisons, with 707 and 730 for the Manticores, 442 and 850 for the Chaos Spawn. Alright, so the next map here will be the Bone Zones. Let's get onto it. So, Pillar of Bone here. Hey, Lotus, how you doing? Beastmen are the new greenskins of the last patch. To beat them, you go Mirror. So, yeah, this is a bit of a problem, right? I kind of said it a few times to a couple of people. Beastmen are the new greenskins. But at least they were. I don't know if they are now, but they certainly were. The way it kind of worked before, which is a little bit sad, it's sort of, in the competitive scene, it is a bit of a problem, I guess. before in the WWC, I would, let's say I played against Zypher. Zypher would go greenskins, ban 2, and then he would win. Then I would play greenskins, ban 2. I would win at the top level, and then it was sort of, okay, now we can play. And it seems to be a very similar way here for Beastmen at the moment. It seems the best way to play Beastmen is to just to mirror Beastmen. And soon you'll find that Beastmen players will be banning one faction and Beastmen so they don't get countered. But I don't think they're as powerful as greenskins of old. I really don't. But still, they are very strong. They are very strong. Something stuck in my eye. But yeah, GG's indeed. That was a fun game. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Just get some water on board. But how are we doing, Lotus Moon? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're having a good evening. Hope your stream went well. For those that don't know, Lotus Moon does stream on Twitch, so feel free to go check him out. He streams. I'm not sure if it's every day, but at least most days. So do go feel free to check him out. Nah, Lisbon's still worse, but hard to figure out Beastmen those days. Need decent maps to play versus Beastmen. Anything small and it's very hard. Yeah, I think you know, some of the legendary lords are very strong. I like the attempt of Morgar, but when I saw Morgar, I was a bit shocked. I think Torox is just so strong at the moment. I think Torox is too strong not to use. I think because he did solely carry there. The brass body in that moment with like double manticores and everything else fighting with the Gorks Man Rippers, it was tough. 7 AM got an ultrasound for pain under ribs, and 9 AM. Oh, sorry to hear that, dude. I hope you find out what the problem is. Hopefully, it's just something like a dislocated rib. Hopefully it's or maybe I hope it's not a trapped nerve or anything like that. I had a bit of problem actually when I was in my peak rugby. I had a bit of problem between my sternum and some of the cartilage pieces between my rib cage and my sternum. Where quite a lot, if I extend my rib cage out, like you just get a couple of cracks where it's just a bit of popping. But after a while, it just started getting painful in that area, where to the point I couldn't even do, like, I could do bench press, but I couldn't do push-ups off the floor in rugby. Like, it started hurting my chest. So, dear God. Okay, so Wood Elves ban Brett and Greenskins. Counter is Wood Elves. So it looks like. So I think the way this is going to work, Void has got some of the best. He's got some of the best sort of best ability to use his units in the game. He's got some of the best micro in the game. So I think he's going to try and see if he can out-cav and out-micro Pantelonard here. Not saying Pantelonard's bad. I haven't seen as much as Pantelonard as I have Void, but most of Void strategies are to try and out-micro your opponent. Hopefully nothing that means no drinking for a while. That would suck. Yeah, I could agree with that. Are you at uni there, Lotus? You're from the is it Australia or New Zealand? I can't remember. You at uni over there, or what are you doing? You're working full time? Alrighty, so what else and what else? It looks like here in the red we will be having Void. So Void's going to be in the red, and the blue here from Pantelonard. So Wild Rider Shields, there's like 1, 2, 3 units of those with some Glade Rider Spears, 2 as well. So 5 units of Cav. Swift Shiver Shards, there's like 4 units. And 5 units of Dryads with Drycha. And Drycha's going to be a strong choice. She also has her Summon. She also has here the ability Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, and Mystifying Miasma. Also the triple Fanatical Resolve is also quite handy. So it looks like here the Wild Hunters of Kurnos with the shields. Good anti-large cav. Here with the Wild Riders. Glade Rider Spears, and looks like 5 units of Dryads and Drycha. Would you believe it? Drycha here with Rouse the Wrath, as well as Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, and would you believe it, the triple Fanatical Resolve. 3 units in the back of the Swift Shiver Shards, and I think here the build is going to... Oh no, looks like we have another unit of Glade Rider Spears over here, another unit of Wild Riders. So it looks like we're going to go a little bit extra cav on the side of Pantelonard, and we're going to go an extra unit of range here on the side of Void Lols. Which means the cav efficiency is going to be a lot higher on the side of Void. in Sydney. We got lockdown now. Normally I work, but yeah, lockdown since July. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Over here, we've in the UK, we've become a little bit more free. So it should be interesting. Oh, looks like a full Vanguard push here from Void right at the end there. So he's going to come in from behind. Looks like here, just going to be noticing is going to be Pantelanard. He's going to turn around and try and get in. But yeah, what do you do for work, Lotus? Hope you don't mind me asking that. If you don't mind, you know, maybe you just give me an area of work that you sort of do. You know, maybe you do like business or something like that. But yeah, here in the front, you see the Marauder Spear is going to be leading the charge here, trying to see if maybe they find. I love the way. Look at the way these trees move. They move so weird. I love it. I love everything about the way they move. Every time it just reminds me of that song, like "Move It." I want to move it, move it. That's what reminds me when I see those trees move, man. Ridiculous stuff. But yeah, looks like the Wrath of the Frozen Heart are in as well with that Frostbite. Nice ability there to get some slows in. So arrows coming in for the back here from the Deepwood Scouts with the Swift Shiver Shards. They're going to try and fire those magical ammunition shots here. They look a bit green sometimes, but yeah, they should be blue. But the blue shots here coming in up against the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. Now, trade efficiency-wise here, you're going to have to utilise the range to try and see if you take down some of the cavalry. But the cavalry can get in the back and also start shutting down as well. Looks like here on the left we are going to get some spears and some warriors onto the left, and we're going to be able to trade them pretty efficiently here as well. In the front, we did actually get a pendulum alongside the dryads, but looks like we're going to get the same in the flank as well. Going to catch one unit but not two. The efficiency there is going to favour the dryad side of Void, and in come the triple Swift Shiver Shards. Swift Shiver Shards, they're going to try and punch the front line. Big arrows here into the Wild Rider shields. Glade's going to bait, and looks like we're going to hit here with the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. They're going to charge straight downhill here into the Glade Rider Spears. Look at the deletion here up against this unit. God damn it, they got absolutely thumped by this unit. They're going to break immediately there, and in the back we are going to have the Glade Rider Spears charging onto the Deep Woods with the Swift Shiver Shards. Trying to see if we can shut those down a little bit more here in the back. Looks like here Wild Riders are going to get collapsed on here by two units of Wild Riders here from Pantelanard. Good trades there in the middle. So we do have Dryads popping onto the Deepwood Scouts though. Could do we get a Dryad over here to try and see if we get that Malevolent Dryad summon in the middle. The Malevolent Dryads have come out from Void already as they do pressure. Summon in the middle here is going to be the Malevolent Dryads as they do fight here up against the Deepwood Swift Shiver Shards. In the back, looks like we have broken Pantelanard's Glade Spears. They are more than likely going to go off the edge of the battlefield here. 10 leadership, they could come back. Be a bit painful to see them not come back here. 7 leadership. Oof, that is unlucky. They're not going to come back here, unfortunately. Gladeguard Spears here, fighting in the back here. And looks like we are going to get another pendulum in the middle. Looks like we are going to catch a couple of units of the Wild Riders. Balance of Power is going to be slightly favouring the side of Fanta Lemonade. He's going to be coming out a little bit on top of the cavalry engagements. In the back, the Deepwood Scouts here, 2 units firing, 3 are going to be on board, but 1 is going to be engaged here by the Malevolent Dryads. And looks like the Deepwood Scouts here are going to be weak, but they are still going to be ready to go. Downhill charge here from the Glade Guard. Dryads moving forward here, as they are going to be trying to push on to Drycha. It's like here the Wild Hunters of Kurnos are going to be in, ready to go, but they're taking quite a bit of damage so far. Obviously no healing on the side here, but let's have a look. It looks like the Glade Rider Spears and the Wild Riders as well going to be moving in. So we have managed to break the Wild Riders here from the side of Void. They're actually still going to charge into combat. That's quite interesting. It's like Enfeebling Foe going down here on Void's unit. I think that's unfortunate. A bit of an unfortunate waste there. Not quite going to get away with that as they were already broken before combat. But we certainly need to push in here. Looks like we have some Dryads here from Fanta Lemonade pushing onto the Deepwood Scouts. This is going to be a pressure on the back line here. Now we popped into the Honey Jar, and this is where the damage is going to come forward. The rest of the battle here is going to have to hold us. So we have 2 Deepwood Scouts here shooting into the Wrath of the Frozen Heart. Balance of Power is now starting to pull into the blue Wood Elf favour. In the back, though, those Dryads are going to be popping in. We get a nice fat charge here with the Wild Riders straight into the front line here. Maybe break a unit or 2. We are going to kite with the Swivel Shards. And VM Void Lols is going to pull out. Lifeguarding mainly. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I used to do some lifeguarding when I was younger as well. So I think I got my lifeguard exam done when I was 16. So I got that done when I was 16, yeah. Yeah, big Dubsky here from Pantelanard. Phenomenal work there. 1.1, let's call that 1.2. 800 and 900 here for the Wild Rider Shields, with 430, 64, and 400 here for the Spears. 215, 300, and 300 for the Deepwood Swiftshiver Shards, with 113, 500, 500, 220, and 500 here for the Dryads, and 380 for the Drycha. Drycha here on the other side, 963, much better efficiency there from Drycha. 85, 200, 300, 380, and 400. A little bit better on this side for the infantry of Pantelanard, but it's like 320, 300, 450, and 800 here for the Shiver Shards. And from the Cav, 63, 170, 700, 450, and 60. Next map is going to be Carrick Asgal. That's cool, man. Have you ever done any sort of beach lifeguarding? I don't know if you've ever done that before, or if you just do pool lifeguarding. I've done a bit of both in my time, so. Hey, Philip, how we doing, man? Yeah, it is best of five. Best of five final, yeah. Yeah. But 2-0 here for Pantelanard, coming back with an absolute thumping here. 2 good wins. Very good wins indeed. Very strong. Here we go, 2-0 to him. Very nice stuff. Alright guys, so we're going to move through to game 3 here. And we're going to be playing on Carrick Asgal. So quite the wide map, pretty flat. Tiny weeny bit of trees on both sides. You can't really utilise too much here. But quite a nice map that I enjoy. Nah, beach lifeguarding is too hard. I just pulled off getting so much easier. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, yeah. I used to do that when before I left for uni. So I kind of built all my money up there to do that. That's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. It seems that though from Pantelanard, it seems like the extra cav there certainly did help, but I think the cav engagements were stronger from Pantelanard. So it looks like Void is going to be going Vampire Counts, and we've lost Wood Elves, and we've lost Beastmen. So the main counters here are probably Dark Elves and High Elves up against the Vampire Counts. You could see a ban from Bretonia as well, but Bretonia, Pantelanard has certainly practiced that matchup, but he'd be going against one of the best Vampire Count players in the game, so he actually might want to save onto that Bretonia. Thorheim, how are you? Where have you been, my guy? Can't get that Baywatch swag going with pool lifeguarding. Indeed. Thorheim, where have you been, my friend? Where have you been? I've missed you. Where are you? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see Panther getting his revenge for last time. Indeed. He's certainly come in all guns blazing. He came in rock hard and started slapping some cheeks. Ooh. Would you want to play VC up against VC from Void? I think I know the way to beat that, right? I think air superiority wins that game. Well and truly, you go Stroggy Vampire Lord in the sky. You bring a Terragoose, and you bring three Vargeists. And you try and see if you can bully your way through. Or maybe you don't go Stroggy. It is tough. It's tough. It is tough. Sorry, I've been mentioned at something. Ask him to crow 1v1. That's the only way to beat Void. It's true. It's true. Alright, it's like Void's going to be deciding here what he needs to do. Mirrors are such a coin flip. What you said has a superior hard time if the opponent takes 0 air. and you are forced to land in Blood Knights. This is true. This is true. This is very true. So there was a game where there was triple Blood Knights, and Void went Air Force and double Vargolfs. Oh no, was it double Vargolfs? Yeah, double Vargolfs. And then there was triple Blood Knights on the other side with the boy himself. What's his name? Gorst. Gorst came in from Dacta, and Void won with the mass Air Force. He just breath attacked. Gorst to death, and there was nothing from there really. But yeah, it is a coin flip. It is a coin flip. I've just noticed myself personally. From casting, that seems to be the majority of the people win, generally dominate the Air Force. The same in the Wood Elf matchup, generally those that dominate on the cavalry, but don't take too much cavalry, tend to win. Just as a percentage. But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah, totally agree. I'm fine, thanks. Things have been hectic, I can imagine during these times. I haven't kept up with any Total Warhammer 2 streamers in the past 2 months. Well, dude, super happy to have you back, man. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. To let you know, I'm actually going to be doing a lot more single player stuff. It is going to be on my Twitch. I will admit it will be on my Twitch when I do that. YouTube is pretty much primarily going to be saved every day for multiplayer, but I'll be doing a lot more single player on Twitch, where I can get a lot more of the content out there. The whole game is a coin flip. I don't know about that. All right, so Ban Bretonia and Dark Elves. So High Elves have been left ready. I've actually seen Void play this earlier today. This could be interesting. There are ways you can do this. It depends. It really depends. So there are the standard ways, which is a spear, which is a box of just anti-infantry and armor and anti-large. You know, so if you go, for example, Phoenix Guard, Swordmasters of Hoeth box. You go Lariel, and then you go like Star Dragon. You go double Phoenix. You can certainly do that as well. That is a way you can do it. But of course, that Star Dragon is very squishy. It is very squishy. You need to get its breath attacks off. You certainly need to utilize it the best way you can. High Elves is going to be picked from Pantelanard, and if he can win this, which is certainly doable, this is highly favourable for the High Elves. It could be doable. It could be doable. I remember you having a different opinion when you got clapped by Muckluck Siggy. Siggy was from Chaos, though, right? I find VC High Elves is not as bad as people make it out to be those days. Gaze in the Gash, New King from the air, and Horse Lord is very strong for VC. Yeah. Don't hate me too much. Do not hate me too much. I actually kind of like Heinrich Keller in this matchup. I actually kind of like Heinrich Keller. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of like Heinrich Keller. Oh, well, I see how it is, Phoenix. I see how it is. You're going to jump on the live stream and you're going to say hey to Lotus before you say hello to me. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Awful. Terrible stuff. Alright, here we go. Game 3 in the final between Pantelanard and Mr. VM Void Lols. Don't you say hey to me now. It's too late. It's too late. You had your chance. You abandoned me. My go-to pick versus High Elves is Master Necromancer with -60 cooldown item with 28 wins of magic and insta-kill Alariel. Ooh, that's a snipe. Haven't seen or played it yet. What do you think of the White Lion Chariot Blob versus Lizardmen? Oh, it is disgusting, Lotus Moon. I've seen it a few times, and it is goddamn vile. It is vile. Yeah, this is pretty much what I expected. This looks like the same build from before. So Terra Goose here with the regen, and of course those breath attacks in the sky as well. We'll have the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, who will have the Heart Piercing, Helmet Discord, Sword of Anti-Heroes, Raise the Dead, Dance Macabre, Invocation of Nehek, the Pestilence Breath with the Honorable Death, the Curse of the Undeath, and of course that Frenzy. In the sky as well, 3 units of the Vargeist, missing the front line with those cheap zombies. And in the back here, we are going to have some armor-piercing Graveguard great weapons, and on the floor here, the double Necromancers. Strike on those rods, Scroll of Shieldings, Master of the Deads, and of course, Vigorous Mortis. Over here on the left, the same as well, more Gaze of Nagash, Forbidden Rod, Scroll of Shielding, and of course, all the big boy bad stuff. Yeah, pretty standard build here, and for the boys in the back of the High Elves. Ooh, now this is a build. That's the ROR? No, okay. So in the front, we are going to have Spearmen. Also going to be having here Alariel the Radiant, alongside a Noble, who will have the Sacred Incense. He's going to have the Missile Resistance. Okay. Rangers, more Spearmen. We're also going to have Phoenix Guard, Fireborn, Dragon Princes, and some more Spearmen. In the middle here, we are going to have the Everqueen of the Court's Guard. The Everqueen's Court Guard, I do apologise, which will have the banner of Avalon, with of course the armor piercing and fire damaged. Swordmasters in the front. I honestly don't know what to think about this build. I'm not going to say I hate it, but I'm not going to say I like it. This is going to be tough. Oh yeah. Is the Chatty Core still a thing? Oh, yeah, Manticores are still a thing, yeah. Yeah, I actually saw L'Oreal come on foot in quite a few matchups for this. We're going to be flying above here. Yeah, I think it's going to be a summon here trying to pin in. Ooh. So the Tempest is going to go down. That's going to do a lot of damage here on the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. We're going to summon in using the zombies, try to pin in the Everqueen's Court Guard. See if we can get a breath attack across. Here's one breath attack. One breath attack actually hits. Not too much on the Everqueen's Court Guard. Immediate Earthblood to try and see if we can heal here a couple of units. And we're going to fire here into the sky up against the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Lots of damage going down here. Lots of damage. Very nice. So going down, a couple of thousand health going there. Invocation of Nehek to heal him as well. Big hits coming. We do have a breath attack that should be pretty soon. There's a big blob here in the middle. Oh no! That hurt. That hurt me. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, so in the sky, looks like we're going to be shooting here up against the Vargeists. That's what one unit of skeleton zombies can do. Those Dragon Princes lost 6 models. 7 models here for the Phoenix Guard. Certainly want to heal these up if we can. And Earthblood could be nice. Maybe try and see if we can heal up the Everqueen Court Guard as well. Invocation to heal himself up yet again. He is going to be engaging here with the zombies. Shots going into the back up against the Graveguard. Great weapons. And in comes the Terra Goose. Going to be waiting for those breath attacks. This long line here could be dangerous. Mr. Captain Morgan, how are we, my friend? But yep, back up to healing. It looks like there's going to be another Tempest here. Breath attack in the middle. God, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that hurt. God damn it. Look at that. Alright, Everqueen's Court Guard just got absolutely obliterated. Okay, Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, though, is going to get caught in the Storm of the Night. Oh, sorry, not the Storm of the Night. What am I talking about? Got caught in Tempest, and, yeah. God, I'm shocked. God, the Everqueen's Court Guard just got bloody deleted. Okay, that's a tough one to take, I think. Another summon here, which will pin in the Everqueen's Court Guard, in with the Rangers, and that's a pin, and that's looking pretty tough here, I think. So inside here we can see that the Terror Goose is going to be ready to fight. Phoenix Guard are going to be ready to go as well. Charge down here, Invocation of Heck, Heart-Piercing Sword of the Anti-Heroes. He's going to be fighting here in the middle up against the Dragon Princess. Dragon Princess taking a lot of damage. We are going to get some healing here in the pocket. He's going to catch the Ever Queens. Ever Queen's going to get hopped on here by some Vargheists, I imagine. And I think we're going to slowly pick apart this army, I think. Charging in, though, with the Blood Knights. Blood Knights not going to quite catch, but we should be able to hit here up against the Graveguard Great Weapons. They're going to be standing still just a little bit here. We're going to try and see if we can get some charges here into the middle. At the front, though, we can see that the Swordmasters of Ho are fighting here alongside the Noble. We do actually have the Lady herself in the middle. 14 models left here for the Ever Queens. Breath Attack going to go. No, it's going to be a summon in the middle. Fair's Protection here is going to aid the Swordmasters in the middle. 120 armor fighting with that 73 melee defense. They're going to take absolutely no damage here from the Graveguard. Graveguard actually do not have good stats at all. So in goes here. So we are going to move in with the Dragon. There's nothing to protect Alaria the Radiant. She's just going to get thumped here by this Dragon, unfortunately. But in come the Phoenix Guard. Phoenix Guard should be able to pin. She's going to keep moving. The Black Dragon is going to get shot in from behind here by the Ever Queen's Court Guard. We need to try and keep her nice and close to the Phoenix Guard just to make sure this Dragon can't really push in too much. In the back, though, looks like we are going to be losing the Necromancer here. Necromancer is certainly going to be going down, healing in the pocket. That's going to aid here with the Dragon Princess and also here with the nice Swordmasters of Hoeth. So the Terror Goose, Invocation of Heck, Overcaster for the Air of Effect. Also, you have the Vargheists in fighting as well. Should be able to do some good armor piercing there and finish up crew. Rangers in the pocket are going to aid. Spearmen are going to struggle here up against the Graveguard. And it looks like here in the back right, Zombies, the Tithe indeed, fighting up against some Spearmen. Alariel's getting pushed around here in the middle. She is really struggling here. Star of Avalon trying to save herself. Yeah, but it's like here, nice charging behind from the Dragon Princess. Yep, nice heal there coming through, but the Blood Dragon looks like Dance Macabre overcasted in a radius there. He's going to be struggling. He's going to be on that limited health. We have still 13 models left. They're going to be thumping here into the flank of the Blood Dragon Vampire. You're down to 3.7k health. Big shots are coming in. He's starting to take some damage, but these are now isolated. These go, that's GG's. Helmet Discord going down. As you can see here, 24 melee defense. I think that's those done. Charge from the Dragon Princess, though. Maybe that's a bait. I don't really know. But 12 models left. We are going to be charging in. Can we get on top here? Looks like Helmet Discord was going to help with trying to reduce all those stats. But we're in with everything now. He's going to try and pull out. He is going to be able to get out. And that's painful. That's painful. Looks like here we have 6 models of the Fireborn left. They are going to be pinned in shade. The Terror Goose is in the flank, and now comes in the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord trying to fight up against Alaria the Radiant. We need to really get a heal in here. It looks like we are going to be using Heart Piercing, a Sword of the Anti-Heroes here, trying to see if we can snipe Alariel. Alariel just has 70 armor. That's really not. Oh, is it 50 here? 50 armor for Alariel. She's not going to be able to get out here too well. Shots still coming in for the Ever Queen's Court Guard. They're firing in the middle here up against the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. He's going to get pinned in though. We do actually have some Phoenix Guard in. Some Dragon Princes can fight as well. So the Fireborn are going to be helping to fight from behind here up against the Vargheists. But it looks like here in the back, it looks like the Queen's Guard are going to be struggling. We could do with just dropping off these zombies and getting the Spearmen into fights. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, Sword of Anti-Heroes is going to run out here. Looks like she's going to charge in from behind. Yeah, looks like she's going to get a couple of hits in here. And she might be able to get away. We're going to turn around with the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord and try and see if we can punch back here. Terror Goose is going to be over as well, trying to see if we can isolate the Queen herself here. She's going to be fighting. Looks like her healing cap is going to come out. But we can certainly fight in the pocket here. If we can get some good wins in here, we can certainly look at ourselves trying to pull back in. On the floor, Sisters of Avalon, 10 models left here for the Ever Queen's Court Guard. Necromancer in the back is going to be, yeah, he's going to be very healthy. One has gone down, but of course you need to kind of take out both to get rid of everything. Mr. Complex Lair, how we doing? But unfortunately here we are going to say goodbye to the Dragon Princes. Going to move them off using the Vargheists. Good luck, have fun from both sides. Like to see the sportsmanship. And the anti-large Phoenix Guard here with the armor piercing, unfortunately, do not really have many places to go. I think we're going to see a breath attack here come through very quickly. These two are, yeah, that's one breath attack here on Alariel. I'm just waiting for the second one to come through here as well. Helmet Discord at the bottom, going to be giving negative melee attacks and melee defense. And it's like here she is going to be running away, but yeah, there we go. GG's well played. Star of Avalon is going to go down. I don't think it's going to help in any shape or form. Yeah, you needed a big charge there from him, but unfortunately not a successful hit means that it will be the end here, unfortunately. She's far too weak, sadly, and Star of Avalon is going to be healing here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Terror Goose is going to be able to clean up crew here, unfortunately. Charging on the top here, we can see the Vargheists moving in. Going to try and see if they can finish off Lariel. Finishing off Lariel here would insta-win the game. We are on army losses, and that is going to be the game. GG's and well played. He is wasting his Tempest, needs to go on multi-entities, not the Dragon Lord, which will just heal. Yeah, I think the idea was to Tempest it and then just shoot it. Shoot as much as possible and bring it as close to its healing cap as possible. Maybe even try and see if you can snipe it. If that was the case, I don't think one unit of Everqueen's Court Guard was going to do it. I think you might as well just gone 3 Sisters of Avalon and then tried to do that tactic. I think just taking one range unit wasn't enough. It was a valiant effort. I will give you that. 300, 150, 200 for the Spearmen. You might as well not have brought them, in my opinion. I think you might as well just taken Rangers. 620 for the Rangers, because you just want to clear out chaff. 900 for the Sword Masters. 600 for the Phoenix Guard. 1,300 for the Everqueens. 2.3k for the Dragon Princes. And 272 here for the Fireborn. 1,890 here for Ilario the Radiant, with 850 for the Noble. So, for the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, 5,000 damage value. Just a small amount. With 69 and 190 here for the Necromancers. 120, 20, 140, 65 and 63 here for the Tithe Zombies. 1.5 and 260 here with 750 for the Graveguard. 1.9, 800 here for the Vargheists. And 1.5 for the Terror Goose. Yes, very strong. Very strong indeed. I mean, how else could that have been done? Jay Phoenix, we have the perfect person in the party. What do you think about that matchup? What's the other ways you could go as the High Elves to win? Do Necromancers just... Yeah, they kind of... Necromancers there were just to be like mana batteries. That's all it is, yeah. Yeah, because they have regen, so even though it's causing damage to themselves, yeah. Go wider with Techless if you want to use Sisters. Yeah, I agree with that. Nets, and then just delete. The next map here is Schwarsterhafen. So the game I saw earlier was Void against Alfredinho. I saw this exact matchup, High Elves against Counts, same build, but obviously there was a Star Dragon, 2 Phoenix Guards, Sword Masters, the ROR Lions, White Lions, Infantry, Alariel on foot, a Frostheart Phoenix, and the 2,350 Phoenix, which is the... I can't remember the Phoenix name, but basically 2 Phoenixes, Star Dragon was the way to do this. But unfortunately, Star Dragon died almost instantly, and Void came out with the win there. Alright, so Pantelenard. Pick Bretonia, ban Dwarfs and Lizardmen. In this matchup against Void, I don't even think I'd bother banning Dwarfs. I don't think I've ever seen Void play Dwarfs. I think I've seen it once in my entire time casting. After I forgot to pick Tempest. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, that is a mistake. But, you know, we all make them. We're all human. Yeah, we all make those mistakes, mate. We all make those mistakes. So, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible matchup. It's not good either, but it's not terrible. If you see gun bats, you just need to take skirmish archers. Death guard could be a problem. Maybe. Death guard could be a problem. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so it looks like Pantelinard has certainly... Pantelinard, you have to change your name. It's been confirmed. So that's like the scoreboards. So our scores on the doors. 2-1 here to Pantelinard. And what are we thinking here? Are we thinking for the reverse sweep? Is that possible? Is that on the cards, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Green Knight would be strong in this one, that's for sure. Both are ready. Let's hop into this. Let me grab some more water on board. God, I'm getting hungry. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say 4 Pegasus Knights is the way to go here. You think? Against Gunbat Cheese? Yep, that could work. Gunbat Cheese could do well, and even if they don't bring Gunbat Cheese, you've still got anti-large cavalry that flies. That's risky though, but I can see it working. Is it risky though? How could it be risky? If you apply them correctly, it's not risky. Yeah, my exact point. Risky in what way? Obviously, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Complex. Like, at the mid-game, yeah, it would be risky because obviously, if you go 20 stack with just Pegasus Knights, 4 units, you just overwhelm the backline guns, essentially. You just overwhelm the backline guns, and then, of course, the guns can't shoot your Pegasus Knights then. So, for the Vampire Counter, Game 4 here in the final between Pantelinard and Mr. Void Lols. So Gunbats, so deck droppers in the sky, 80 meters of range. Some more deck droppers as well. That's why we're going to be going 3 units of deck droppers. In the sky, though, something very weird here. Luther Harkon here on his... I can't remember what that's called, actually. I think it's just another Terragoose, I think. But yeah, Hornswaggle, as well as the Death Shriek, and of course that regeneration here with the Disrupt and all the other good stats as well. In the front, we are going to see the Zombie Pirate deck and Polearms. Very good here for the armor piercing. Very good and cost efficient. With the Gunnery right here on the floor with Scab Scrath. And of course here, the Vampire Lord as well. Where is she? Vampire Lord's in the middle. Is she going to be Pistol? No, she's going to be Halberd. So Invocation of the Heck with the Drowned Dead. With also Curse of the Undeath. With some Bombers in the back. 2 units of those Bombers. And on the top here, we are going to have the Black Spot handguns. So they wouldn't have those polearms if someone does decide to get a little bit over eager here. So here in the back, 2 units of the Pegasus Knights. I think 4 here might have won that, but looks like it's only going to be 2. 2 in the sky, and we are going to have some men-at-arms shields at the front. Lots of men-at-arms shields, good. We're also going to have some men-at-arms polearms, anti-large and armor piercing. Here in the middle, we are going to have Faye, the Green Knight, and also a Paladin. God damn, this is gorgeous. The Green Knight here with the Sacred Guardian, and of course, the Blessing of the Lady. What's the secret? When not in the forest, he gets regeneration. Very nice. The Fate Enchantress here with the Arcane Conduit, the Dwellers Below, Earthblood, as well as Mist of the Lady, and for the bad boy himself in the back, the Paladin here with, of course, Guardian. We'll be having a bucket load of physical resistance here for the Green Knight. The Green Knight up to 90% physical resistance. God damn, get off this man. Get off him indeed. Double Pegasus Knights in the sky is certainly going to be painful, but of course here we've got Luther Harkon. He's certainly going to be supporting. We have the Bombers in the sky. We also have some Pox Arrows as well. Pox Arrows could certainly be shooting. Normal Peasant Bowman in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of arrows. We also have the double-mounted yeoman as well, to try and see if we can chase some units off. And, of course, the mad wide front line. The men of Bretonia coming forward here to fight up against the Necrofex Colossus as well. Something I did miss out here. In spirit, in mind, as you can see the man on the front here going to be aiming that ginormous cannon here towards the face of the men of Bretonia. The Fae coming forward. What have we got here? Looks like Hornswoggle going down Earthblood to try and see if we can aid. Looks like the guns here coming out of the deck droppers going to be able to fire forward and do some good damage. Only 50 armor here when being reduced here by Hornswoggle for the Pegasus Knights. 80 model still. The lady's getting forward and she's getting aggressive here. The Black Spot are going to be moving into range. I would probably just drop off with the Pegasus Knights at this point. You don't want to be getting shot here. This could be painful. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's going to be painful. Okay, so unfortunately there, that's gonna be quite costly here, unfortunately, and it looks like Luther Harkon is now just gonna chase. Luther Harkon is very, very quick. A 90 speed here up against 105. He won't quite catch, so he's gonna drop that chase. But we kind of needed to wait for our front line to get in before getting that close with the Pegasus Knights. In the back, we can certainly do with getting these nice mounted German archers. Sorry, just the normal mounted German. Sorry, 92 speed around the flanks could be quite nice. Trying to see if we can pop in these little pockets and start shutting down some of the black spots or chasing off or recharging certain units. In the sky, the deck droppers, still pretty healthy. They're going to be getting shot here by arrows on the floor. But here, actually, it turns out that Luther Harkon's going to be quite nice here. Fire arrows here in the middle, going to be shooting here into the zombie pirate bombers. Arrows going to be firing in here into the middle. We only have 75 armor for the Necrofex Colossus as well. It's not exactly huge. And it's like the Pegasus Knights are going to be charging in up against Luther Harkon. Can we win here is the question. I really don't know. If we can delete Luther Harkon, which I think we can here, Luther Harkon is trapped. Luther Harkon is not having a good time. Pegasus Knights charge immediately in the back. They're now going to be fighting against deck droppers. I think this is really too keen. I think this is too keen, too quick. I think we're going to be losing our Pegasus Knights, which means we'll lose the game here. But we'll go forward. Looks like in the front we are going to be having men-at-arms shields fighting up against the zombie pirate deckhand mobs. Should be pretty even there, I think. Nothing too much to assist or not assist, as it were. Blasting charges in the front up against the men-at-arms polearms. Men-at-arms polearms certainly need to fight here towards the Necrofex Colossus rather than fight here up against infantry. Looks like arrows going to be firing in the back. Most of the armor archers can do with getting in here a little bit. Shots coming in the sky up against the deck droppers. We are going to be firing here into Luther Harkon on the floor. Looks like the paladin here alongside the Green Knight is going to be coming into the back. Can we push onto the Necrofex Colossus though? We do actually have a nice breath attack here that could go straight across the Green Knight. That would be absolutely devastating. Oh, near miss. Near miss. Scrapes the backside of the boy himself. Charge here, both of them here into the Gunnery White. The Gunnery White's going to fall down very quickly here. We remove that Gunnery White, that's going to be so good. The gun bats are going to be certainly going to be losing a lot of value here. Luther Harkon definitely needs to come over and start shooting these guys in the middle. Because here it looks like we are going to get a bit of a heal. He is going to get away. We cannot allow that to get away. We need to get on and start shutting him down. We are going to be hitting him in from behind. Invocation is still going down. Won't get Invocation for a while here. Gunbat's going to be shooting straight into the Paladin. He does have 105 armor on his horse. But we do need to push through here. We need to push through. Men-at-arms going to be trying their best. Try and see if you can pull through your chaff, get around the corner and see if you can go shut down that Gunnery White again. You do not want to give extra ammunition here to your bat cheese. Shooting in the sky. Pegasus Knight's very weak. Want to heal those up as much as we possibly can. Where's the lady? The lady's in the back. She's weak. She's weak. She's getting shot here pretty hard. It looks like here in the back we do have the gunnery mobs fighting here up against the peasant pox arrows. Mainly the fire arrows indeed. Charging and using the mounted German archers. I'm going to get in and try and see if we can clean up crew. We also have the lady in with Earthblood, trying to see if we can heal and aid in that front line. The Vampire Fleet Captain has been hopped onto here, using the Pegasus Knights and also the Vampire Fleet Captain. Can we kill her though? The Green Knight is just going to be going around in circles here. Yeah, there we go. Big hits coming through here on the Vampire Fleet Captain. Going to be taking damage here as well from the lady herself. Breath attack coming down. Oh my god, just deleted the Green Knight. Okay, big hits going on the Green Knight. The Vampire Fleet Captain. If we remove her, that's all Winds of Magic gone. There's no Invocation of the Heck left here now. Just regeneration for Luther Harkon. Balance of power is going to be in the favor of the undead, but if we can remove this Gunnery White, anything's possible. Anything is possible here. Heal going down, that's really key. We now have the mana side here, and only one breath attack left for Luther Harkon. So we're going to hit the front line. We're actually going to be breaking the zombie pirate gunneries. Sorry, the bombers. But in the back here, we still have the black spot. The black spot are still alive. They can still shoot and fire. And so they're going to be trying to fire into the Fey. And also see if they can try and fire here into the Paladin. They're going to be clearing out the bombers. But we need to get forward with the remainders of these forces. Gunnery bats are going to be dying here up in the sky. Negative 11 leadership means they will be falling quickly over time. Can we get rid of this Necrofex Colossus is the question. He's a big single entity. He's worth a lot of points. But maybe the Gunnery Crab is more important. Black Spot is going to get pushed on here by the Green Knight. You need to get your boy out. You need to get your Paladin out. You don't want him fighting here up against the polearms. Arrows coming over the top here to fire into those. They're obviously going to have no shields. Going to be very lightly armored. 15 indeed. But here you can see the Green Knight. Should be getting close to a breath attack here. Breath attack is going to come in. Oh my god, that's a big hit. That is a big hit for the Green Knight. That's the last breath attack here coming in from Void. In the back, we can see the Gunnery Crab fighting up against... Oh, no. No! Oh, big recharge there into the Paladin. Recharge again here for the Green Knight, though, into Luthor Harkon. Looks like more ammunition has gone down for Luthor Harkon. We are going to be breaking and terrifying the Paladin. Green Knight here will be trying to remove Luthor Harkon if he can. He's actually going to be winning in combat, but balance of power is going to be shifting here into the favor of the undead. It's difficult here. I don't think you want the Green Knight in this scenario. I think you want to get him out, try and see if you can shut down these gunnery mobs. Arrow's still going to be shooting into the pockets. Faye's getting shot here in the middle. She needs to keep moving. She cannot stand still. Healing here on the Green Knight is a must. He needs to get his health back. It looks like here Paladin is going to be in the back. A bit of healing here for a couple of units in the back. It's looking tough here. It's looking tough. It looks like here the Necrofex is going to be running out of ammunition. The gun bats are going to be falling down here. 2 in the sky, still pretty healthy. Looks like here Luthor Harkon is still going to be regenerating in the backside. I don't know what sort of 2.8k worth of healing. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to take on board. Dying in the middle, it looks like the polearms, negative 40 leadership. They're going to be dying here pretty quickly. Lots of arrows coming in up against them. Paladin did break, but he will be coming back. 700 health for him. Try and see. It looks like here that the Green Knight is going to be struggling. He's going to be getting shoot from Luthor Harkon. Can he charge in though? Up against the nice Gunnery Crab here. We could do some good work. The polearms coming in. Healing for the Green Knight. Healing for the Green Knight is very key, but Luthor Harkon is close by. He can certainly come in and aid. That could be the plan. It looks like here the Gunnery Knight is going to be going down. I think he doesn't carry anymore. He's used all of the extra ammunition. We need 2 big hits here. If we get 2 big hits from the Green Knight, we can win. It really depends. It really depends. Yeah, he recharges. If the Green Knight goes down here, we are in big trouble. Green Knight, 800 health for him. Scab Scrape coming through here up against the Men-at-Arms polearms. That's actually going to break them as well with the added terror here of Luthor Harkon. Green Knight is down to 209. 195. He is unbreakable. Can he kill the Gunnery Crab, though, is the question. 425. He needs to kill the Gunnery Crab if at all possible. He's all in now. It's all in or nothing here. Gunnery Crab does go down. The Gunnery Crab, 87 health. He will be going down, but so does the Green Knight. Looks like it's a trade for trade. I don't know if that trade is going to be effective. That is going to be army losses and a win here for Void. God damn. Hey, Krumel, how you doing? How are you beautiful people? Well, I'm very glad you think we're all beautiful, but we're all doing well, I'm sure. Do we have Slayer? But hey there indeed, hey there, hope you're going well. Do we have Slayer? Who's Slayer? Does the breath attack do magic damage? Yes, yes, all breath attacks do magic damage, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Imagine not losing those 2 Pegasus Knights for nothing. Yeah, I did say it was a difficult one for the beginning there. Losing those 2 in the beginning was pretty hard. 3.3k for Luthor Harkon, as you expect. 266 here for the Vampire Fleet Captain. 2,200 though for the Gunnery Whites. Nice work there. 160, 170, and 118 there for the Zombie Pirates. For the Polearm Variety, 180, 150, and 270. We have 274 and 650 here for the Gunnery Bombers. I think also sending in the Polearms there to fight those was not in advantage of that engagement. I think the polearms needed to go after Necrofex. Necrofex 1.7k, 125 kills, 195, 71, 350, and 440 here for the deck droppers, with 1.1 here for the black spots. Yeah, very strong. The 200 here for the Fae, with 886 there for the Paladin, 1.6 here for the Green Knight, 74, 110, 100 and 150 there for the Metal Arm Shields, with 49 and 480 for the Pole Arms, 630 as well as 500, 300, 570, 425 and 300 here from the Peasant Bowman Pox Arrows with 440. 146 and 147 here for the Mounted Yeoman, 380 and 340 for the Pegasus Knights. Yeah, damn, I think the Pegasus Knights was the win condition. Mark already gave me the answer. No Slayers on the battleground here. Oh, no Slayers, unfortunately. No Dowie seen as of yet. No Dowie seen as of yet. So, what a fun final here. So we're going to go to game 5, and that means blind pick. So for all of the factions that are left, they'll have to send me in a blind pick of what's left. Very fun. So that should be interesting. Let's get that changed there on the scoreboard. It's going to be 2-2 here, Pantelenard, or otherwise known as, well, I call him Fanta Lemonade. But Fanta Lemonade here up against Void, 2-2 apiece. So what have we seen here? So I might need to write these down just so I don't forget. Let's see what they're going to say. I should be able to see it and know if it's okay. Let's see what they're saying. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love everything about that. I absolutely love it. I love the pick, and that is a pick of the champions. Right there. Right there. Just going to wait for Void here to get his pick in. Should be interesting. Pick from remaining, please. So we had a Beastman mirror. Let me just double check so I'm not ruining this. Let's have a look. All right, let's remove that. Put that there. So we had a Beastman mirror. Beastman versus Beastman. We then had a Wood Elf mirror. We then had VC against HE. And then we had Brett against Vampire Pirates. So I already know what this one's going to be. So that's going to be that. What's going to be left here for Void? Amazing, the cast is great. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Have you have a Slayer casting it though? That's true. That's true. Zypher does say that he does have a true Slayer casting. Maybe I could maybe be the Slayer King. A true man of anti-large purpose. Slay all the big things. And to be fair, that's what I do on Vermintide as well. To be fair, if it's big and I see it, I normally go towards it and try and thump it. So that seems appropriate. Even though I don't know much about this game, I'm always excited. Well, Cromwell, you should always come and get involved. You should definitely come and get involved, play some games. Mark Luck has certainly gotten involved, and I think he's loving the experience. I think so. At least he tells me so. Whether he's telling me truthfully or not, I don't know. But he's certainly getting very good at the game. I'm enjoying watching the progress of Mark Luck. Oh, yeah. The map will be Gabraz. That's the final map. So, excuse me, not you. Huh? I'm still casting. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're on game 5. Ducky asking how it's going. He's calling me to watch some of The Last Kingdom, which I will certainly enjoy with. Oh, have I got pizza tonight? I've got something tonight. I'll think about it. Despite never actually playing Slayer on V2. That's true, I've never actually played the Slayer on V2. Did I ever play? I don't think I have, you know. I don't think I have. I will. Just for you guys. I'll do it. Alright. So here, me and Mr. Fanta Lemonade, we're calling from a god higher than ourselves. We're calling for somebody in support that couldn't make it here today. And the big man from above. Oh, this has gone poorly. This has gone poorly. Hang on. No. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Well, it's going to be Dark Elves versus Greenskins. So, we were calling from somebody higher than ourselves. We were calling to Papro. We're doing it for the man, the myth, the legend. But it looks like here, it's going to be Dark Elves versus Greenskins. To you being a Souls legend, playing Dowie doesn't require a brain. Well, I don't know about that. That's a bit harsh. We're all cute and cuddly. That surely takes some brain to recognise that, surely. I'm sure Unimes or Grombrinder would say very differently. That's exactly why I play them, Criminal. They take absolutely no brain power. I can't type, I give up. Oh, thank God. Oh, no, it's Muckluck. Alright, sorry, Muckluck. I thought it was Zypher saying he was giving up. No hands. I don't know. I think you need at least a hand. I think you need at least a hand to play. So this is... dear God, I have no idea. This is pretty heavily greenskin favoured. Pantelanard really wanted to do this for Papra. He wanted to play for him. Can you win this? Yes. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Skirmish Cavalry is favoured on the greenskin side. Infantry is favoured on the greenskin side. Chariots are now probably favoured on the greens. No, are they favoured on the greenskin? No, probably Dark Elf side. Infantry range is definitely favoured on the Dark Elf side. So, I don't know. But they are biased. I don't know if we're biased. Oh, I don't know. Dowie are the best faction in the game, and that's not coming from a biased man. You know, so... So, Galbaraz, pretty flat map. We've got a couple of dips here on a couple of sides. So, one side there's a little bit of water here, as you can see on the little map there. So, we've got one little dip on the right-hand side, or left, depending on where you spawn. You can't really utilise that too much. You can a little bit, but not too much. It's going to be a pretty flat map without. But do Greenskins have Marathi? Yeah, I thought so. This is true. The most simped lady in the entire... The most simped over lady in the entire Warhammer franchise here for Total War. Cosmo, how are you? Can you explain the banner rule for max shooting units for me? Can you bring 12 Brett archers or is it only 8? So, normally you also have variants, Cosmo. So when you go into the banner rules, you'll also see variants. So, normally units are selected by, or they can differ by weapons. So for example, if we take Ungors, you'll have Ungors with spears and you have Ungors with axes and shields. So that variant there will be max 8 because they vary on weapon. However, it's the same with, for the most part, if it has the same name with a small variant at the end for the weapon, so for example, fire arrows, pox arrows, or just regular bowmen, and because they all have the same name, the max variant is going to be 8, period, for all units. So that includes depth guard. So depth guard polearms, normal depth guard, they're going to be maximum 8. But you can bring, you can bring up to 8 of them. of any varieties. You could bring, so in one of the games I casted here between, I think it was Ice Power and Saphir, he brought 3 of the peasants of the normal archers, 2 pox and 2 fire, for example. Hopefully that helps answer your question, Cosmo. So to everybody here, we're going to be moving into the final. So very quickly here, a little bit of a thing here from a friend of mine. A friend of mine wrote a book, so feel free to go check that out. He's a really, really awesome guy, really fun guy in the community. I have a lot of respect here for Human Boy. Valhalla Forever is going to be his book. So if you like Vikings, you like magical babies, big fights, demons, and all manners of adventures, then please feel free to go get his book. He's a really awesome guy, and if you do want to support him, I think that's a good place to start. But other than that, if you want to support me a little bit more as well, just smashing on the like button if you have enjoyed this would really be very helpful here for the live stream, as well as subscribing. It really does help because I'm trying to grow towards those 1,000 subscribers before we hit here with Total Warhammer 3. That would be very nice. Yep, hopefully that helped you there, Cosmo. Hopefully it helped you with the banner rules. So if I pop it open here, so I can help you a little bit on the Bretonia side of things. There we go. Let's find Bretonia. Sure, it's here somewhere. Bretonia. So yes, what you'll see down the bottom, you'll see a little legend. And what it'll say is counts as the same unit will be in the red dashed line, and max variant 8 will be a black thick line. So if you look over the archers, it will be a black thick line, which means it's a maximum 8 unit variant. So all 3 of those in the black line there for the archers, you can bring a maximum of 8 of any variety, but only 5 of any one. So for example, you can only bring 5 max pox, 5 max fire, and 5 max of the regular. So you can bring, say, 5 pox, 2 fire, and 1 regular arrow, but you can't, for example, bring 8 poison, for example. But Cosmo, if you are new here in the community and you'd like to get some more experience here in Warhammer in the multiplayer scene, I actually offer something called the Shortbeard League. So if you come and join onto my Discord, which I'm sure one of the mods there can leave it in the chat for me, that'd be very kind if they could do that. You can join up there and you can come play myself and one of the admin team. And what we do is we place you in the league with other brand new players of your ability level. So we have 5 different leagues, and you get slotted in there. And if you come in the top 2 of that league, you get promoted up, and then you try and play other people within the community. It gives you league experience, which is where you play best of 3s in, say, a 2-3 week span. You maybe play 4 or 5 best of 3s. On different maps, and you just try and gain yourself some experience. And at the end of every season, we normally play with a tournament. So when we play with a tournament, the Shortbeard tournament, it gives you some experience like what we're doing today. So you can come and play some of these big players like Pantelanard, Void Lols, or you come and play up against Riffle Shuffle and ODM Dact and all the big names here at Warhammer. So if that's something that interests someone like Cosmo or anybody else here that's brand new, please feel free to let me know, or let the admins know, or come join the Discord, and we'll get you in. You can play against us, and we'll get you sorted to play in the Shortbeard in the league, and also here in the tournaments. I should agree with you there, Zypher. What's that? Zypher, I can change my vote. You're spot on. Alright, looks like Pantelanard is ready. This is a difficult one for the Dark Elves. Is it unwinnable? No. Is it unwinnable against Void? Maybe. He's a very good greenskin player. He's a very good greenskin player. Will do, thanks. Was just trying to get the rules straight in my head. Yeah, no problem, buddy. No problem. That's what I'm here for. So if you also have any questions, you can also pop. Can I play in the Shortbeard League? No, Ducky. No, you can't. Is there an Infinite League? Yeah, there's 5 different leagues. So Urkram Minus is the bottom, and you go all the way up to the top. So in the bottom of the league is literally brand new players. Some players that maybe have less than 20 games experience. And you can come in and just have some fun games. You have 3 weeks to play, like, say, 4 or 5 best of 3s in your own time. So you just book that with the other players, and you go, hey guys, I'm available, I've got an hour or 2 this evening. And a best of 3 should take roughly an hour to play, so it shouldn't take too much of your time. And I generally try and give you all at least 3 weekends to play. I'll tell you what, Ducky, I will allow you to play with no hands and blindfolded. I can teach you to put all your units in a blob and click on things. I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright, for the Greeny Boys, we're going to see here we have 2 units of the Stone Trolls with that regeneration here, but low leadership. Forest Goblin Spiders here with the archers, with 2 of the Goblin Wolf Rider archers as well. So there's a bit of skirmish here in the middle with the poison tip spears of the Forest Goblin Spider Riders as well. So relatively okay armor, 45 there with the shield, poison of course, pretty cheap there as well at about 425. Giant River Troll Hag on the right here, we can see it's obviously going to come with the Spirit Leech as well as the Mither for that slow and overwhelming Odor, with the Orc Shaman here with the Scholar Shielding, the Brain Buster and the Gaze of Mork, and Grom the Paunch. Probably one of the most powerful single entity models at the moment. Axe of Grom, Lucky Banner here, very strong indeed, with the Greatness here and Language of the Boys. In the front line, we can see a mixture of Gobbos mixing in with the Orc Boys as well. So pretty cheap front line here. These boys, they's mad. They's here to smash skulls and take things. All right, moving through to the front line, we can see some anti-large Dread Spears here. Mixing in with some Bleak Swords as well for that chief front line. Silver Shields as well, so negating a lot of the incoming missiles. Dark Shards in the back, looks like just 1 unit. 2 units of the fast Dark Riders. 1 with shields, 1 without. With also the sneaky unit of Witch Elves. Nice unit, always like to take at least 1. Witch Elves do come with the Madness of Cain ability, which means they will rampage, reducing speed and melee defense. Anti-infantry, good physical resistance as well, so they can certainly do some bits, but of course they're very susceptible to getting shot. 2 units of these ladies, 2 units of the Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows, very fast. What's up, Gobbo Slayer? How you doing, buddy? But 2 units of the Armor Piercing Repeater Crossbows in the back, 92 speed, very difficult to take down as well. With 2 more units here of Dark Riders. So they're going to try and outdo the skirmish game. But in the sky here, we are going to have Double Ferromanticore, and of course, I imagine the lady herself. Yes, she's in Marathi, the one that everybody simps over. We are going to see the Wand of Carandon, as well as Soul Stealer, the Heartrender and the Dark Sword, Enchanting Beauty, the Greater Arcane Conduit, and of course that faction-wide buff there, Murderous Prowess. So, exciting stuff. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who are we voting for here? Who are we supporting? Yeah, the Greenskins one is vile, I'm not going to lie. This Greenskin build is full cheese to the max. But hopefully the cheese grater has been brought here by the Dark Elves. So who's ready? As you can see, Logic still trying to meet that requirement. Oh, I'm always trying to meet the minimum requirement. Can I join a medium league and lose all my games till I get relegated to short bid and then play? How about you lose all your games against me always, and then I'll let you play? In every major competition. Fat, no problem. Cypher, does the hair on my teeth count as a beard? Oh, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? Hair growing on teeth. Good luck, have fun from both sides, and we are off. As you can see, I'll probably try and see if we can get back with the infantry here. Don't really want to take too much damage here from the Goblin Wolf Riders. They are going to be shooting in a side on here against the Bleak Swords. Volley there and a drop. So there's going to be some damage coming through. Negation there at 55% here due to these shields. So if they are firing and looking into the correct direction, 55% of that, all incoming missiles will be blocked. Obviously it doesn't quite count for cannons, but here the little missiles coming out here from the Spiders and the Wolf Riders. Gaze of Mork coming in the sky. It's actually going to clip the side of the Ferromanticore. A little bit of chip damage there, not too much, but of course no healing here, apart from Soul Stealer for Marathi. Certainly chip damage can affect in the long term. As you can see, Murderous Prowess going down. 2 models have been killed, so as we do get to the top here, we will see that come in for 90 seconds. Skirmish here at the front. Doing a little bit of damage, not too much here, but looks like they're going to be trying to shoot here up against the Witch Elves. We certainly need to get some of these boys forward to see if we can kind of push out. We don't really want them getting freebies here on our Witch Elves. We need to get forward here using the Dark Riders, see if we can maneuver back and force the Spider Riders to have to fire into the front line with the Silver Shields. Another gauge coming out. A little bit more damage on the Ferromanticore this time. Targeting 1, very smart there by Void. Trying to see if we can take down 1 Manticore at a time. Terror is going to be very strong here in the later stages. If we can get a nice, juicy Soul Stealer in here, that would be very nice. Good damage there in the middle. Arrows are firing in, so they're going to be firing in here to the Orc Boys. Orc Boys do have the Bronze Shield, so that's 35% missile resistance there. Here on the front side, looks like the Dread Spear is just going to be facing in the direction here of the Skirmish Cavalry. We also have some Orc Boys here for the Armor Piercing. Good Shock Cavalry can do very well at hitting and rear charging all units of infantry. Moving in here with the Terror. Double Terror going on with Marathi here up against the Goblins. In comes the Giant River Troll Hag. This is going to be interesting. I don't know who this favours here, but negative stats here for Marathi will aid here in the fight. 78 armor sundering here for Grom the Pawn, as he tries to fight up against the Manticores. Rear charge using Marathi here on Grom. I think you bopped all of the abilities here from Grom. I think you just get out. I don't think you fight this. I don't think you need to. You've already won that engagement by certainly doing quite nicely here. Scholar Shielding going down as well. I don't think this is the engagement for Dark Elves to take, but they're going to be taking some big damage here, unfortunately. While going down as well, that's just going to be some ridiculous stats here for Grom. I think you baited everything out here for the Greenskins, and now you've rampaged here with the Ferromanticore. The wand comes down, so we are going to be breaking and killing the Giant River Troll Hag. Stone Troll is broken as well as the Orc Boys. But now we can all move on to Grom. I think now this is where we come after Grom. We get the Witch Elves in. See if we can rampage him immediately. Rear charge from the Orc Boys as well. Charging it again in the rear is going to be the Dark Rider Shields. But I think that was a little bit of a negative gain, or a negative net gain here from the Dark Elves. Manticore here going to be going into the favour of the Greenskins, but we do actually have the rampage here from the Ferromanticores. Can we get in and delete Grom the Paunch? 1 whole minute of the Scholar Shielding going down here to protect him. In comes the boy himself, the Orc Shaman. He's going to try and fight here up against the Ferromanticore. If we can actually delete that caster, that could be quite nice. In the back, coming back, is going to be the Giant River Troll Hag. No push off from her. In the back here, we can see the Spider Riders fighting here up against the infantry. Looks like here the Dark Shards are going to be getting punched upon here by the Stone Trolls. Moving in the back on the Night Goblin, trying to see if we get some of those Fanatics inbound. Soulstealer again in the pocket. We can see some more fighting here in the middle. So the Forest Goblin Spider Rider is going to get broken, as well as those Gobbos. In the middle, rampaging is going to be the Orc Shaman. Orc Shaman will go down. Come back in is the Giant River Troll Hag. Can she do a little bit of thumping here in the pocket? Here's the question. And where is Grom? Grom's got a way to heal, I'm sure. Yeah, Grom's just going to go away and heal. So we are going to be rampaging with the Ferromanticore. Hopefully he can come back, because he'll certainly lose here to Grom. And we do have immune psychology, so Terror's not going to take effect, but a couple of good rolls here for the Ferromanticore could aid. Now he's going to try and turn and burn. Do we have an ability? So it looks like not, so the Ferromanticore is going to trade pretty effectively, but in come the Stone Trolls, and that could be a problem. So we are going to break the Orc Shaman, but we need to push it off. It needs to go. It cannot afford to come back here. Balance of power going to be even. Looks like we're going to be winning here. Lots of Greenskins are going to be in the pocket. Golden Wolf Riders have been broken, same as the Spider Riders here. In the back, we see the Dark Riders have also been broken. 21 models left online. We need to keep as much of this cavalry alive as we can. Skirmish cavalry here from the Dark Riders are being pushed in the back here by the Orc Boars. Rampaging now is going to be the Stone Trolls. If we can delete the Stone Trolls and shatter them, big wins here for the Dark Elves. One Manticore goes down, and it looks like we're going to get the caster back here, as well as the Giant River Hold Drag is going to heal in the back. We need to kill, and we need to push off. We cannot allow these entities to heal. If they heal, that's where the attrition is going to really start hitting the Dark Elves really hard. Shots coming in the front here up against the Orc Boars. Good armor-piercing shots from the Dark Rider Shields. Oh, the other repeaters don't have shields. I thought they had bronze shields, but it looks like they don't. But yeah, it looks like here the Dark Rider repeater crossbow is going to be firing here in the pocket up against the Orc Boars. They do have 65 armor, so that's where the armor piercing is most advantageous. Marathi, it's not looking favourable here, unfortunately. Orc Shaman is back and available. I'd really like to see some pressure over here. I really would like to see some pressure. Looks like here a couple of units are going to be fighting off the Bleak Swords. Rampaging is going to be the Orc Boars. Are they going to rampage here into the Witch Elves? Oh, they certainly could do. Breaking here is going to be the Golden Wolf Riders in the back. And we're going to be breaking apart the infantry here as well. Now, no Manticores left on the battle. One Manticore left on the edge of the battlefield. Could we chase off the Orc Shaman? We don't want to get too close. Giant River Troll Hag could use its Spirit Leech to deal with it. One overcast there could be quite nice. Coming back, the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. They can certainly do some good work here up against the Naked Witch Elves. Dark Shards are going to be broken. Shots coming in here, so they're going to be firing against the one unit that has been left behind. So that's a little bit lucky here. In the middle, though, looks like we do have Marathi going to be breaking units of the Orc Boys. She just needs to keep dotting around and helping where she can. Looks like Dark Riders are going to break up against the Orc Boars. Incoming are the Witch Elves as they try and fight here in the middle. As we can see, the double Stone Troll is going to be healing in the middle. And balance power is just slowly shifting. They are winning the infantry fight, but the regen fight is going to be won here from the Greenskins. Skirmish here coming from the Goblin Wolf Riders from the nice skirmish there. Orc Boars in the back with the armor piercing. Nah, this is looking pretty GG's, unfortunately. As long as there's minimum engagement here from the greenskins, they're not engaging too much. They can get full regeneration here on the Giant River Troll Hag, full regeneration on the Stone Trolls. It's like 8 models and 11 models. These are models you have to push off. They're models that cannot stay around. Because if they stay around, it's tough. Regen is just going to absolutely butcher you. What can we do to get back into this? You need to ignore Grom at this point. Grom just needs to be ignored. Can you push off the rest of this cavalry? Maybe. Looks like the Dark Shards come back. They're immediately going to get pushed by the Goblin Wolfrider Archers. Can we get a couple of volleys in, get that -5 leadership, and then a charge? Maybe possible. Looks like it hasn't been noticed here by Fanta Lemonade. Skirmish cavalry coming in. Can we get some volleys here into the Stone Trolls? Potentially. We still have 11 models here for the Stone Trolls. And we can kill a couple. That could be very handy. I'd actually rather try and shoot the infantry, the one that can't regen. Try and see if we can break them permanently. A line has been formed here. Regen still coming out of the River Troll Hag. And the longer we wait here, the more it's just going to push in the favour of the greenskins. Grom's going to be healing. Shots in the front here up against the Orc board. 17 models left, 766 health. In comes... Oh, this could be the win. If we can rampage Grom's going to be using all of his stats. He has rampaged. As long as he doesn't kill Marathi here, anything's possible. All of his stats are going down. Axe of Grom, Greatness here, Lucky Banner, and everything's going to pop on. Brainbuster goes down. Yeah, I think this is GG's. Soul Sealer's in. It's going to be army losses. GG's well played. God damn, that was close. Could Fanta Lemonade have won there? Yes. Yes, he could have. Yes, he could have. I don't think that initial engagement was necessary. I think here, if he'd baited in everything, including War, if he had managed to pull out both of his Manticores and Marathi, I think that's an excellent engagement. He can then recycle again in about 20 seconds and then get in and rampage Grom. I think that would have been key. And I think those regenerating units, you absolutely smashed apart the River Troll Hag. At that point, you have to then put everything into getting her off the edge of the map. Same with the Stone Trolls. You need to keep those cav alive. That's why those really fast Arc Riders are needed. We can then start pushing off these entities. Of course, it is much easier said than done, but still very well played to Void. GG, thank you for the tournament. I hate stupid random mirrors. Yeah, no problem, Void. No problem, man. I mean, you had an awesome best of 5, dude. An awesome best of 5 that was super fun to cast. It was really well done. So for Marathi, 1,976 for her. 420 and 130 here for the Dread Spears, 380 as well as 250, 380, 380, and 480 here for the Bleak Sword. So okay overall, not great, not bad either. 405 and 610 for the Witch Elves, with 805 and 750 here for the Ferromanticores. 295, 412 and 600 for the Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows. Oh, sorry, one was the Dark Shards, I do apologise. 480, 166, 370, and 250 here for the Dark Riders. For your boy Grom, 2,700 damage value. Very powerful. I don't need to say any more about that. 930 here for the Orc Shaman. 340 for the Giant River Troll Hag. 344, 243, and 133 for those Gobos with the War. 702, 360, and 173 here for the Orc Boys. Apologies. 1,051 here for the 8-Peak Loonies. 450 here for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. 495 and 300 here for the Orc Boar with the nice cavalry with the armor piercing. 619 and 574 here for the Goblin Wolfrider Archers with 232 and 475 here for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. 277 and 286 here for the Stone Trolls. They actually didn't do too much and they got very low very quickly. If actually we managed to push off some of those regenerating units, who knows? Who knows? But really well played, Pantalonard. Thank you for the second choice. No, of course, my friend, of course. I hope you had a good time. You really did play well, dude. And keep going at it. Keep smashing it, man. Because I've seen yourself, as well as Papra and, you know, Zypher and Muckluck. I see you guys coming in the scene. And you're really smashing it. And you're getting back in there. And you're putting these excellent performances on. So you guys should be really proud of yourself. You should be really proud of yourself. You will get it next time, my friend. And next tournament you'll win and you'll get Fanta Lemonade. That's for sure. That's for sure. I guarantee it. Well, see you, Logic. Thanks for the stream. No problem, buddy. I hope all of you guys enjoyed it. We'll move it here and we'll finish off the tournament. Let's move it here to the end. We'll see 3-2 victory here for Mr. Lols. And let's give that a refresh and we'll finish the tournament. There we go. So my champion will be Mr. Void Lols as he'll play here up against Mr. Honeynuts in the final. Both of those two will be playing for $60 as the winner. Has been put forward here by myself and Mr. Human Boy. We'll double cast that very, very soon. More than likely coming forward next week, so make sure you're ready to see that best of 7. I said you've had some excellent performances, but yes. But yes, yeah, thank you very much to everybody that's been chilling out and enjoying the stream. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll be doing some more stuff coming soon. Of course, we've got the Battlemania Season 5 finals come forward. But all of you guys there will be playing for a free copy from myself of the brand new Total War Warhammer 3, which have Cathay, as we saw there as the video. And of course, you'll be getting the Kislev and all of those awesome Chaos factions. So hopefully you guys will be able to win yourself a copy of that. And second place, let's try and make it nice and fun. We'll have a nice fun prize there for second place. But yes, other than that, all of you guys take care of yourself during these times. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good YouTubey things. And apart from that, yeah, I can't think of anything. Yeah, join that Discord. Join that Discord. Find all the single-player, multiplayer, leagues, tournaments, Vermintide, you name it. Come vote in it all. I do my polls where I do all of my tournaments. And sometimes I just do sporadic tournaments as well. And you won't see it unless you're on the Discord. So make sure you're there. Be there or be square. Other than that, guys, make sure you drink all your water. You hydrate to stay great. So see you all very, very soon.